is like when you're making a decision on what to do, like for example, here, like if you're trailing here, don't move it. Like be like, I'm accepting that this is going to happen, and also making your decisions not bad. So going like, for example, like here, this isn't a bad trail, you know? This isn't a bad trail, right? Like if you got trailed out here, you guys were probably sitting in here watching this happen and be like, oh, why did I trail here? I should have trailed here. But it's fine. You still made 2.7R. There's always going to be things you should have, would have. You can't know how every candle is going to print, because you could take 2.7R and this could just rip down off this OB and you just lose. And you just lose all of this profit, or like just, you just get cooked. It's not about that, because you just need to make the decisions that you make still fine. Like you're like, okay, cool. I still made 2.7R. Yeah, it ran. And I could have be up, 5.5R, but like that's still fine. Especially trading, and like in your brain, you can be like, this is how I would contextualize this. I'll be like, in my brain, this is a bearish zone. Like regardless of what's happening here, this is a bearish zone that that there's a whole lot of OBs that are trading from. So I'm like, if I know that, I just want to protect myself from this just dumping off, and then us like potentially going to actual break even. We can still lock in profits. Not every single trade is going to be a banger, Not every single trade is going to just be up only, Just accepting the outcome of the trades.
Yeah, seeing that
a lot
trade,
of people don't.
I missed it.
Huh?
I saw that trade and I decided not to take it because I didn't like the risk reward. And seeing that, I actually don't care that I missed that. I don't think I could have said that before joining this Discord a couple months ago.
Yeah, but ultimately, also like it's like I was having this conversation. I think he's in here right now. No, he's not. I was having this conversation yesterday. I was like, if you guys missed a bus, would you chase the bus, or would you just wait for the next bus to come? You're not chasing. This is gone. This doesn't matter. It no longer matters. It's more so frustrating when you're in a trade and you mismanage it. That's genuinely frustrating. That is like with me, right? Like yesterday. That's frustrating because you're like, I didn't miss the bus. I just went and shot the driver in the head, and now we're crashed out. That's what happened. Whereas like if you miss this bus, that's okay. You're gonna miss trades all the time. I miss trades literally every day. Like I miss plenty of trades that are like this. I missed this today. I missed this today. I mean, this with me. This literally with me and the amount of size I trade is like literally $15,000 on your screen that I missed. But I'm not sitting here. I don't even give a shit. Like I literally don't care. Like, I'm literally like, I just want the market bell to ring, so this is over. I'm not trading today. I'm just too tired to trade. But like this is 15K plus. This is probably more if I had scaled into this. This is probably more if I'd scaled. This is a lot of money for me. But you can't think about like that. You've got to think about, I know my system works. I know how to trade. All I have to do is manage my risk. And these opportunities will keep showing up every day or every week, every month. Because it's what I always say to you guys. Like you guys are not, and this is the hard thing to get through to people. Is that you guys are not getting, I mean, most of you guys are probably in fairly normal situations in your life where you maybe got a job or got a business. You're maybe not like doing crazily well in those things. You're not like in terms of financially. You're like just trying to change your financial situation. Okay, great. If you're trying to change your financial situation, the only way that's going to happen is from you guys building up a lot of accounts with props or whatever and trading consistently. That's the only way. Unless you guys are doing crazy degenerate gambling stuff, it's very, very, very difficult. And even if you are doing that, even if you make a decent bit of change, like it's like a bit of cash, so you make some money, like that isn't building a business that you can make money from forever. And that's what's most people's goal, right? Here, you guys want to make money consistently. You don't want to just like make a little bit of money and then like not be able to make money because you just like gambled or did something silly. Like you want to make money consistently, right? Like you want to change your life. Well, the only way you can change your life is from consistent cash flow and from something that's consistent that you can make money from forever. So like, why wouldn't the only thing you guys should be concerned about is consistency over time with low risk and then scaling that process? Because then that's actually going to get you to dream your life. Where a lot of the time people are doing all this gambling stuff and crazy stuff trying to make a little bit of cash, but like to be honest with you, like 10 grand isn't going to do anything. Like 10 grand might do stuff for your life, but it's not going to change your life to the point where you guys are going to be able to live the kind of lifestyle I presume most people here want to live. Does that make sense to you guys? That's why I always tell you guys to stay consistent, because that's really the only thing that's going to get you there, you know?
Yeah, I'm definitely with Benny on that. Before I started the mentorship, like when I miss a trade, because I just didn't believe I didn't even know what I was waiting for really.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really have like setup, so I want to catch it because I think if I miss this, there's nothing else for me kind of thing. So ever since joining the mentorship, like that trade I missed this morning, I was like, do you know what? I'm not bothered. Something else will come, and surely enough, something else came, and I made profit today. So I like it. I think just having a system just gives you a bit more confidence to wait. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, when you have the system and you know it plays out over time, you don't really give a shit what happens. The only time that you the only time you'll really care what happens is when you mismanage your trade. Like when you're mismanaging your trade or you make a mistake and it's on you, that's when you'll get a bit frustrated. But if you know the market's just going to play out over time, like why would you care? Like why would you care realistically? Like if you know it's just going to keep playing out, there's no real reason to keep like chasing and being like all anal about it on the day-to-day, because you guys aren't changing your life on a day-to-day basis unless you're doing crazy sim farming stuff, which I advise basically no one to do except for a couple people, and if they're in a very specific situation where they already have a lot of capital and they have capital to deploy. Most people shouldn't even be trying to do that. Get to the point you've got to your first like 20 to 50 to 100k in payouts, then start sim farming. Like, even like, because I mean, he's in here right now. Fox in. He's the guy with the weird elf profile picture. He is a guy who's been telling me since I started talking to him that I should be sim farming, because he's like, why are you trading $100 of risk? But I'm in a situation where I can do that. I'm in a situation where I could go and load up $500 of risk per top tip account and just rip these accounts, like, and just like trade them aggressively, because it's like I'm in the situation where I can, but you guys are just trying to get to the point where you're even a little bit consistent, where you have a little bit of consistency. If you don't have any consistency, you shouldn't be gambling accounts and doing crazy stuff. You should be focusing on the process first, and then once you've got the process down, you can scale it up. Once you've actually started to get consistent payouts and you've actually started to actually move the needle meaningfully in terms of changing your financial position, then start risking a whole lot more, you know?
Okay, quick question.
Sure.
Are these calls being recorded somewhere where I can view them later?
I'm recording it right now.
I just don't know where to find them, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, today, Hamish, because I was live, I was trailing like really fucking tight, and I just could not help myself. Like,
yeah. I mean, I did tell you not to trade, even though you did make the 6.5R. I was like, don't trade the XP bet.
I know.
It was just
that's all.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great setup, and I was really the only thing I wanted to do with you specifically was just talk to you about like, hey, like, this is like game time now. Like, you're actually on an account where you can make money, and that's it. So just take it easy. Like, don't go crazy with it, because like it's not a $50 combine anymore. It's an account you can make money from forever. And I just try to get people to understand that, because it is important. Like, these accounts are. I think a lot of this is the problem. A lot of you guys view XFAs on some level, especially if you guys are in a position financially where you're maybe not where you want to be. You guys view them very much like, oh, like they're not that important. They're not important to me because I'm in a different situation than you guys, but they should be important to you. If you guys can trade $100 of risk, you guys could pull out, like, what would $1,000 extra a month be to a lot of people in here? Probably quite a lot, right? And it's like, but then you guys are treating them like they're like not worth anything. These are assets. Most of you guys have zero leverage, and you're like, no, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just trying to be real. Most of you guys don't have a lot of leverage in your life. You don't have a lot of leverage where you can make more money from other people's money or from real estate or whatever it is. So you guys, these top tip accounts, you have leverage. That is crazy leverage. You have basically 10x leverage from what generally people put in. You guys put in $50 to get a combine. You guys pay the $150, or you just pay the $89 for the no activation. You guys are getting massive leverage, like massive leverage on making money. And then you guys treat them like they're not a serious thing and an asset that you guys are like really irresponsible. A lot of people are very irresponsible, in my opinion, with the account, given financial situations of a lot of people. They're just trying to get ahead and trying to start to make like really good money. And it's like, you know, I think that you guys should respect the accounts a lot more than you do. I don't respect the accounts as much as I should. And, you know, like I do, you know, I respect my personal account a lot more. Like now I'm not having doing a lot less crazy shit. or like, you know, trying to make less mistakes. Because for me now, it actually costs me money when I make mistakes. Like when I had that big $42,000 blowout from doing the macros mini things with showing someone the guide, that was $23,000 of that money was my money. And I lost that.
Oh, no.
Like that is my money that I lost. Not like abstract top step equity where it's not your money until it hits your bank account. No, that's real money that is gone. But you guys, you know, you just need to respect the accounts, I think, a little bit more, where it's like, if you can scale that up over time, you know, it's like even like, you know, what we were talking about earlier, right? Just scaling up that process over time. It doesn't have to be, you know, like I'll just be real. Like a lot of you guys have never made money trading, and you guys are shooting for to make 30K a month, 10K a month. It's like, why don't you guys just make $1,000 a month? Like, why don't you just try to get to the point where you're consistent, where you're making a little bit of money, right? And then you can scale up the process, you know? You scale up the process over time, you know? And in 2 years, you could look back and be like, oh, well, like, you know, like me, I was trading one TopStep account 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And then like now I have like where I'm at right now. But like, if you don't go through those phases of just going, oh, well, I'm just going to try and be consistent and then scale. Do you know? Yeah, respect the account more, but care less. Yeah. Well, it's not about caring less. It's about being like less attached to the outcome. I'm not saying guys, when I say I don't care about trading, I care about trading. I don't care about the outcome. The outcome to me is irrelevant because I don't care what happens. I'm just trading. Like I'm just trading what's in front of me. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like it's a little bit like I feel like when I say I don't care about trading, it means like I don't care about it at all. Like where I'm like trading, like I don't care about like I care about trading, so I love trading, but I don't care about the outcome. Like I could go through 3 months of drawdown right now and I wouldn't care. I'd be like, yeah, it's fine. As long as it's not crazy drawdown and like insane. Like if I just had an accumulation phase if I had an accumulation phase in my equity curve where I was just accumulating for 6 months, or 3 months rather, and I was just making no money and I was just trading back and forward with the market and I was just trading equity with it, I would be like, that's fine. It's fine. I don't care about if I make money like on a month-to-month basis. As long as I'm making money on the year, I don't care. That's it. And like that's the kind of the way you guys need to approach it, which is why also the problem with me is that's why I don't think a lot of people should go. I don't think it should be your only source of income. Because then when it's not your only source of income, you don't actually care what happens on the day. Whereas a lot of people like care about what happens on the day because financially they're not in the position maybe where like financially in the position. Also, it's hard to respect the accounts with TopStep when they have so much high upside. But the reason, I mean, I always say this: TopStep only gives you access to 5 minis or 50 micros on a 50K because they are banking on you guys exploiting that and using it. But like actually, it just cooks you over time. Like the fact that you can trade 5 minis is absolutely insane on a TopStep account. Absolutely fucking insane. I think we talked about this, right, Benny?
Yeah, no, I think honestly, I think they'd make more money if they let you use 20 minis. People would. And then blow out.
Because people are going to do that, right? But, oh, shit, guys. I have 2K equity or 3K equity. Imagine if I put on 20 minis. I could make 10K today. So, yeah, you could also just, like, trade, like, micros and make $200. And like, you know, a lot of you guys are making like like $100 a risk, right? Like, I'm not sure what you guys will do for a living, but I mean, I presume most people make like anywhere from like, let's say $200 to $400 a day. If you made an extra $200, $300 a day, like that's changing a lot of people's lives, you know, like an extra 2 to 3 hours. Like, I'm not saying you're gonna make that every day, but I'm just saying like you guys are, if you risk $100, like you're still making good money. You're still making good money. And then especially once you build up that consistency and prove to yourself that you can actually trade over a long period of time, once you've built that consistency, you just scale up and get a whole lot more accounts. And then you get 10 prop firm account, 10 50Ks, you risk $100 on each. Those trades at the 2 hour become $2,000. And you have no chance of losing the account ever. Like if you're losing 20 trades in a row, either your strategy is not great or, I just don't think it's, if you have a bad strategy, this doesn't work. But if you have a strategy that's decent and that you understand how to trade and that resonates with you, then like you shouldn't be having 20 trades and losses in a row, obviously. But people just don't think like this. Everyone wants to make 10K a month in like 5 seconds.
So Hamish, the way strategies kind of come in and out of, they work some market cycles and they work others. Have you found this strategy to not work for a long period of time in your experience?
No, I made money pretty consistently with it. However, I would say like me and Foxon, he's in here again. We talk a lot, and the strategy with NQ is rough. It's a little bit difficult. Like with NQ, the strategy is a little bit like you just get wicked out a lot, and you just get like stopped at break even a lot, and it's just kind of frustrating sometimes. But like you can still make money. Like you can still do well. Like I mean, it's still fine. I still make money trading it. It's just it's a little bit more frustrating. But no, I think it's like, but like, you got to also like in saying that to expand on what he just said. Does it always work? No strategy is perfect every single. Like I mean, Benny in here, he works in finance. Like, do you guys expect to make money every single month with like algorithms and like strategies you guys deploy? Not like strategies in terms of trading, but like the things that you guys are deploying. Like, you guys don't expect to be having like it's supposed to be a smooth equity curve, but it doesn't also mean that every week you guys are printing. I'm not sure if that's the case.
Yeah, it's okay if you lose money. It's not great, but even losing years happen. You're looking at the really long term.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is unique in that we're compounding daily. It's very well rewarding, but it goes both ways.
Yeah.
You're trading poorly, you lose your money quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, risk reward is honestly, we manage risk, but it is very high risk. You buy a stock, you're probably not going to lose that whole investment that day.
Yeah, but my point that I'm making is that even at the highest level, they're not expecting to make money every single second of the day and make money every single day. So there's going to be times where your strategy is not ideal. And that's why I always say to preach people risk management, accepting the long-term, having that long-term vision. Like, I'll tell you guys, when I got into trading, I was like, I look at everything, even this content, everything, 5 years. If I'm not making money in 5 years, that's fine. Like, I'll quit then. I'll stop doing it. I'll stop putting effort. If I'm not seeing results in 5 years. You guys need to think like higher time frame, in my opinion. Like that, but that's why I don't go all in on everything. The only thing I've ever gone all in, I always hedge risk in every single business I do. I always have multiple things going. The only thing I've ever gone all in ever on is trading. Like there was a point in my life where all I'd made money on, all I was doing was trading. But I personally don't think that people should do that. I think they should have their jobs. I think they should have, maybe like a little side hustle or whatever they want to do and trading. I just don't think it should be the only thing you do because, again, you guys are taking one of the hardest skills, like retail trading is extremely fucking difficult, and then going, hey, let me compound this even harder and make it even more difficult by making this my only out to my situation and make it so that I'm not having any form of trajectory outside of this one thing. And I just don't think that that's a good idea. And I think it's going to hurt your trading performance and hurt your actual the chance of success of actually like pulling off consistency on some level with trading. I really think it's difficult to do. Like I'm telling you, I would have an extra 500 grand in the bank right now if I hadn't. Wow, yeah, I would, because I wouldn't have had to burn through my crypto money. If I had gone back to my job, if I didn't think I was the big hot shit and made a whole lot of money and got tattooed, I was an accountant before this. I could have gone back to my accounting job. I was making 130K. Go back to that job. That's 5 years ago now. Have an extra, literally, what is that? $620,000 after tax. I don't know what that is. Like 400K. That would be in my bank account. But that's me going all in on something and going so crazy on something. Like obviously, like it's paid off to some degree, but it actually hasn't. If we actually look at the risk to reward of how much money I've traded, how much money I made trading, I've not made more than $20,000 trading yet. I may, in the next couple of years, take over. But like you look at that, like that's personal. That's me being transparent. If I had stayed at my job and focused on trading on the side, I would have made more money. Like I would have straight up made more money. So like it's like looking at that, it's like, well, yeah, right now it's not paying off, but in a couple of years it probably will. I think it will. But like it's more so looking at it like that,
How much do you think you could have traded while working though?
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if I would have got as good as quickly. But I was also like very fucking motivated. I sort of had to get good at trading. Like I literally had to. Like what other option did I have? But that's what I invested into in terms of was like, this is it now. Because I'll be real with you, if I hadn't got my tattoos, you guys see me. If I hadn't had that, you guys can go look. Like 5 years ago, I didn't have anything. I got them because I made $2 million. I didn't think I'd ever be working again. But if I had had that setback in crypto and lost all that crypto money and had 500 grand in my bank account, I would have gone and got a job like that instantly. I'm happy to work. I don't mind working. A lot of people want to escape the rat race. I don't care. I just want to make money. I don't care how it is I make money. I don't care if it's like I have to go work a job and then also run like side businesses and stuff. Like I've always done that. I've always had like little side hustles and stuff. I don't mind doing that. But I look at it like that, right? Like I don't know if I would have got as good at trading. I don't know if I would have made as much money from trading. Like I don't think I would have had the performance I've had. Definitely not, because Fox and like, bro, you know my story with the copper. Definitely, I would definitely not be able to trade copper.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Who knows? Like, who knows?
The tattoos that bad for getting hired?
Pardon?
The tattoos are that bad for getting hired?
In accounting, client facing, which is where I work, yeah, 100%. Imagine me, bro. Imagine sitting down opposite me, and this guy's like, he's wanting to run your accounts. Like, let's just be fucking real, boys. Like, let's be really fucking honest. Would you hire me as your accountant? Probably not. Like, let's be real. Or would you be at an accounting firm? I wanted to break into the big four. Like, I wanted to work with like either KPMG, Deloitte, or PwC. I forgot the other one. I've been out of the game for a while. I wanted to move in that. Like, there's extremely professional, high-end consulting companies, like accounting consulting companies. I'm not fucking getting a job there with how I look now. Absolutely not. I have a master's in accounting. I probably could have if I had stuck with that. But that was just me being an idiot. And that's just me being honest with my journey. And I always say to you guys, like, I'll be transparent with, like, my shit. Where I'm like, that's a big regret of mine. Like, I probably would still be trading, but I would be taking a lot more. I'd probably be very similar to your guys' situation, where I'm like, working a job and trying to get good at trading. That would probably be where I'm at right now. I think I had the capability to get good at it, clearly, because I can do it now. But I look at it, and I'm like, oh, like, I would just have way more money and way more trajectory in my life. With trading as well. Like, it doesn't mean I wouldn't be getting good at trading. I'd still be really working really hard on it. It would just be like a thing that I do and spend my side time on. But I would still be improving my life outside of that. I wouldn't be like going, oh, I'm all in on trading. I just had to go all in on trading because I was like, fuck. I spent 5 years getting my undergrad and my master's, and then within a year and a half, 2 years of having it done, made it so I basically couldn't work in the industry that I wanted to. So yeah,
Shit happens for a reason, bro. It's all good.
I don't have any regret. I mean, there's also, it's like what I was saying to you guys earlier. It's like, there's no point in regretting it. It's fucking happened. It's like, there's nothing I can do. I just have to, it's like the whole thing, like, play in life, play the chessboard that's in front of you. Don't get mad that the chessboard's in the current position. Play the fucking chessboard. Play the fucking chessboard. Like, don't go, oh man, my life sucks. I shouldn't have done that. There's so many things in my life at 32 years old that I shouldn't have done. But there's nothing I can do about it now. Just move forward and make the best decisions and do the best that you can do with the things that you have, if that makes sense to you guys. This trade is also doing really well.
Like, long. Is that a, good setup for longs? Like, I thought...
I mean, there's
no liquidity sweep there, that's why I'm
exactly, bro. This is exactly what I said. I said, there's just no liquidity sweep. There's just no liquidity sweep here.
You just mark this out? Or like?
Yeah, we were just on the call. It was just a 30-minute, 15-minute rejection. That's it. And we're super bullish.
15-minute order block there, right?
Yeah, 15-minute and 30 here. Yeah.
Oh, 30,
yeah. So this is just like, I mean, this is fine. But we would have got trailed out here. We would have got 2.7. I think you would have got trailed out here, realistically.
Wait, so what, like, I also saw the shorts. I want to make sure I understand what made it, like, good.
It's just the sweep into the
session was just really overextended. You have the liquidity sweep, like the internal liquidity sweep as well.
It also gapped up off the open. And I'm always like, whenever I see this, I'm always like, it's going to pull back at least a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so fucking true. I saw that. I went long on the way up there, and I figured that I didn't take the short because I figured, to me, I looked at it as a pullback of a greater uptrend, but I didn't. I also have a rule not to trade, like, past a certain time, the movements, they just don't tend to be as strong. Like, they just don't go as far normally. Today is different. But in general, I find it stop by like,
After the
11 or
first
12 Eastern. Yeah. But yeah, I took the long before that, and then I felt like it was too risky to stay in.
Yeah.
But I missed the short. But like, point being that there's many different trades and days to take that
I mean,
we
you
see
could
in
take it
different
long.
ways.
If you had just stuck to any form of like, if you had literally gone, I'm like any context, long or short, off like actual like levels, you're making money today, or like you literally, there's no way you didn't make money today. Literally impossible. Like you would have lost here if, even without having a nuanced like waiting for like sweeps anything. Like you could have longed here potentially. You could have longed here. Like any of the OBs that you're trading from, like you would have at least got something out of the market, even if it was just 1 or 2 hour. Like it's pretty. Days like today is like that day. I think we live traded together. I think it was like a couple weeks ago, where it's like when it just bounces around. Like this is the days where you just do really well. It basically is impossible to lose money. Really, like unless you're doing stupid shit and not trading the strategy, it's basically impossible. Like here, like you're not losing money. Like you're at least getting trailed out at like 3.7R. Here, you're at least getting trailed out at 2.7R. You might take a loss here potentially if you were just like, yeah, this is bearish because we had this wick, and then if you really had that reasoning, which is a bit loose, I would always wait for the sweep. Here it's a little bit different because we are super bullish. This is potentially valid because we are super bullish right now. Like we are, like just objectively, this is bullish as fuck. But we also have this level so heavy bear. Like this is very bearish. This level, like it's so many time frames are aligned here to go short. Like off this 4 hourly. So like this to me, the worst case is you're just trading the medium time frames into this order block. Like that's why I said I would trail this really hard. And that's, you guys see me maybe in my recaps do that quite a lot, where I'm like, hey, we're trading into like the top of the range. It's like a whole lot of order blocks. Like I'm trailing really aggressively. Like you guys probably hear me say that in my live trading recaps, where I'm like, I'm just trailing because you don't want to get caught in like, you want to let it breathe, but you also don't want to get caught in like a massive reversal where this 3R trade becomes 0, because that's dumb. That is dumb. It's not always about taking 20R trades, 10R trades. It's not always about taking home run trades. Sometimes you're just going to get like a good trade. 3R trade is insane. Like you're putting in fucking $100 to make $300. That's fine. You're 100% okay with that. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Especially if you're scaling in. Like if you might scale in a bit here, you might get even more out of that trade. So, as I said to you, I probably wouldn't trail it. I said to you guys earlier, I'd be waiting for this here because it's a 5-minute OB and 2-minute OB. As I said, don't trade like me, but I'd be waiting for it to trade into here and then structure. But even in saying that, I mean, I think we have here, like if I was trailing this, maybe I was more aggressive bias longs. I mean, there's a whole lot of levels that you could potentially look to scale it. But I was looking personally, as I said, I tried not to be too biased in my hindsight. So in hindsight, like in actual reality, I would have been waiting for this area here to get tested. And then I would have waited, as I said, do not do this because I am cooked and I've been trading this strategy a while. But I would be waiting for 15-second structure to form and then trading that. And then that trade here becomes, instead of 3R, probably like 8. If I get a solid scale in here. So like that's just me. But that doesn't, as I said, don't try to do that. I'm just saying what this is. I'm just trying to give you context of the way that I think about the market. Like if you're just trading about this like raw trading strategy, you're not trying to trade it with scale-ins too aggressively like I do. I'm pretty hectic. I think you guys are pretty clearly see that. Like I do a lot of fairly aggressive scaling in. If you're just trying to do that, don't try and just trail it. Just trail it. I mean, this is still a great trade. Either of these trades are great trades with no scale-ins. Either of them, and they're both fairly. This is the only one that's kind of sus, but because I would have loved to see this get swept. That's all I would want to see. I would want to see this get swept. Because for me, I'm still like, I'll give you the reason why I want to see that get swept. Until I see that because that's an order block on the 2-minute, technically. Even though it's not an order block, it is a level. That still hasn't broken. This could just be a lower high, and then we just run down and we just enter here and get absolutely fried. And that's the only reason that I wouldn't, but the only reason that I'm saying like context wise, we're bullish. The medium time frames and lower time frames are quite bullish. So for me, like, there is a reason to enter that trade. But realistically, if I was actually trading, I probably would have just taken something around here, and then I would be out for the day. I don't think I would have traded this. I would have probably just gone here and then scaled in really aggressively through here. And I probably would have got out with, I don't know, whatever it is. I don't know what it would have been. But
Yo, Hamish, I got a question about the on the longs.
sure.
If you wanted a liquidity sweep of the lows, like would it have to be like that the first low that we came down and made, or like
This one here?
any of those in the chop?
This one?
Yeah, could it have been that one, or did you want like the low
I
on the left
wanted
to get
this
swept?
one, but I wasn't even in trade. This is all, just to make this clear, I was watching
I
this,
know.
but this is hindsight. Like, yeah, I would want that. But
The low on the left though, you don't care about like you wouldn't
like,
move
you were
that.
like, you don't care. I don't care about this.
No, the one even more to the left, 9 o'clock on your screen.
No,
yeah, that
I
one.
want-
Like, you don't need to see that one swept for the internal.
No, that just the internal. Look, I want this liquidity taken out, and then that's for us to go.
Okay, because my ass like wasn't sure if I was supposed to like
No.
if I was gonna do the liquidity sweep stuff, wait for the one on the left, or like if the one's closer, climb. So
Also,
okay, I
like,
got
to
you
be
now.
honest with you, like, there is structure to support this trade. Like, if I saw this where I'm like, okay, high,
Yeah, I wanted to take it as well. I wasn't sure.
lower, high, lower, higher, low, higher, low, higher, low. Like, this is pretty good trade actually. I don't know if I would have taken this though. I think I would have realistically been a bit of a pussy. I'm just gonna be real. I don't think I would have taken this, especially with this. With this amount of equity, I always say this, I'm far more aggressive when I have a lot of equity. If I have a fuckload of equity on these accounts, if I've made, let's say, like 20R, if I make 20R in the next, I don't know, 2-3 weeks, like, I'll be way more aggressive. I'm like, I don't care if I lose $100. Who cares? Doesn't matter. It's like $100. What's it gonna, like, it doesn't do anything, right? Even though it's 1 hour, it's like it's like not with this strategy, not all portions of risk are created equal, because realistically, if you have a whole lot of equity, you have so much more to play with. That only counts with prop firms, though. With personal accounts, a bit different. But even then, I mean, I don't trade like dynamic risk in terms of percentage. So even then, because like with percentage, it can get like the numbers are slightly different. Whereas like with this, if I make 20, 30, 40, 50R on my personal account, like that's a set amount I've made, so I can still be fairly aggressive. But yeah, this trade's pretty good. But these shorts, I think, were the best. Like this is what I had marked up the last couple of days. These shorts were the trade, and I think that's what a lot of people took.
Yo, could I ask one more thing about the internal stuff? Internal liquidity?
a million questions, bro.
But all right, so what if you make the low that like the internal low? What if you make it right before you hit the order block? Like, do you know what I mean or no? Do you want the
ask that
like?
question again? Sorry, someone just messaged me something I wasn't paying attention. What did you say?
I was saying, what if you make the internal low like before you hit the order block that you're like kind of trying to trade out of? What if like does it still count as
You mean
a
if, like,
liquidity
for
sweep?
example,
Like, as we're coming down to
if
it, you
this
know what I
is
mean?
the order
You make it
block,
a little lower.
so like pretend this is the order block and we didn't tap into it, and then we had the structure form.
Nah, like
What do you mean? So I'm trying to understand your question.
yeah. Let me. How about I just draw it and then I'll just put it in the chat.
So yeah, if you guys have any questions at all, just chuck them in the chat. I'll answer everything you guys want. I'll be on for at least another hour or so. So if you guys have any questions at all, I keep thinking Nicole's in the chat because that Zoe person. I'm like, why is Nicole? Because you look very similar to my wife. That's real weird. And I keep tabbing back to it. I'm like, oh, why is Nicole in here?
Okay, I drew it by the way. I'll explain drawing because it probably looks retarded. All right, so like
That
the
looks
box,
that looks quite retarded.
the box is the order block, right?
No, that's
See, we make a
perfect.
low.
That's
I circled
exactly-
it. I circled it.
No, that's actually even better. That's even better. That's actually like ideal. That's exactly what you want. Yeah. No, that's great.
Okay.
Also, the fact you're doing that on Snapchat is actually insane behavior. Get out of my fucking Discord, bro. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I'm leaving.
I'm joking, bro. You're crack.
No,
You're so
like-
fucking funny, though, dude. The shit you do cracks me up.
Great example, no? Can't lie. Look at that. I got the reactions.
Yeah,
Two
great.
check marks,
Yeah,
fire
bro.
emojis.
Yeah, bro. Great example. But I'm just going to read through the questions. How do you deal with psychological challenges in trading, such as overtrading, managing fixed call? So I had this happen. I can talk. This has only ever happened once. Psychological problems, the way that I dealt with it was my wife basically called me an idiot and was like, you know how to trade, and then like reamed me and then said you need to just lock in. And that's where the one Top Step account with $100 of risk came from. I kept trying to get 5 accounts. I kept trying to make money. I was trying to make money. I was in your guys' situation. I was trying to make money from trading instead of actually get good at trading. I was already good at trading, but I
created the strategy. Oh, sorry.
I was trying to get good at. I was trying to make money and not be good at trading. The thing is, the only way to make money from trading is to get good at trading. I know that sounds stupid, but like the only way is to be locked in on the process. And that's why I said it links back to earlier, where if you don't anchor yourself in the fact that the only way you guys are going to escape to a life that you guys want, or you guys want to make a whole lot of money, or whatever it is, you guys want to really print and do really well with trading, the only way that you're going to do that is from the process. Gambling is not going to do anything. Even if you made 50K, 100K, that doesn't actually change your life. I know it might feel like it, but it probably won't change your life meaningfully towards what you're actually looking for. If you guys want like the trader lifestyle, or you guys want to have fun, you guys want to be able to travel, look after your family, whatever those stuff, like have financial freedom, like that isn't coming from 100K. That's coming from making like serious money month on month, like a consistent process. So like the only thing that you should really anchor yourself in is like, hey, like the only thing that really matters is the process. So why don't I just like stick to one account with $100 of risk for like 6 months and see if I can actually execute for 6 months? Because once you have that confidence, you can scale up from there. And then like I went from making $100, like from trading $100 to trading $500, and then I was having huge months, like the kind of months that you guys probably want. But I stuck to the process for 6 months on one account and didn't try to make money. Ironically, I still made like $100. I made like 10K across that 6 months, which isn't that good in comparison to now. It's still great, still profitable, awesome. But then I just simply scaled up, and the thing is, you guys don't have the reason you guys have psychological problems is because you don't have confidence in your ability to trade. You guys can't get good psychology from trading if you don't have confidence in your ability to execute. How you expect to be good at something? It's like riding a bike, right? If you guys ride a bike and you suck at riding a bike and you've never done it and there's no training wheels, you just fall the fuck over because you don't have any confidence. But if you start with the training wheels in this situation is a Top Step account with $100 of risk, actually lock in, boom, you've taken the trading wheels off once you've been consistent for a long period of time, and then you're good at riding the bike because you don't care anymore, because you've built the confidence to not have psychological problems because you've seen yourself actually execute for 6 months or a long period of time. Whatever, it could be 3 months.
Actually, I want to add something on that because it was my question.
Sure.
I found it really hard, and I'm going to say actually an example today because probably someone else's experience as well. But for like a year now and stuff, I'm passing challenges, but after that, I'm literally failing. I'm not really going to pay out and things like that. So I got literally 2 payouts last year, and I was quite happy. And one was 2.5, and literally with your strategy. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try this so to see how it is. And then since then, literally, I had one account and I bought 4 more. And one was literally yours, the giveaway. And then I was like, listen, I'm going to trade that one actually really easy. So I made $530 on all of them. And I was like, perfect, happy, I'm going to reach just £100 and those kind of things. And then I was trading today, and was that psychology thing that I lost literally £60, and I was like, perfect, okay, I'm not going to trade again. Yeah. And guess what? I went back again, and now I'm literally 1.3K down. So I have just $600 left, and I'm like, fuck, I'm keep doing this shit.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to tell you is risk settings on Top Step. Put it to $250, $300 max. That gives you 2 to 3 trades, probably 2 trades. You guys shouldn't be taking more than 2 lots. If you guys, be real with you guys. If you guys everyone in this chat, be real with yourselves, including myself. Who here is trading really well when they've had 2 losses on the day? Fucking no one. No one is trading well. You have to be so psychologically sound to be able to still trade well. And I was talking about this to someone yesterday. Most of trading is not about managing the trades, it's about managing yourself. Because you can see there, if you had just walked away, you said you were up $500? Was it?
Yes, I was 500, and then yesterday I was 180.
Yeah.
So that means
if you had just
gone,
if you just gone, okay, cool, I lost $200 on the day. Lock the account out, we're done. Come back tomorrow. 24 hours, nervous system's regulated, brain's regulated, everything's chilling. Trade objectively. The problem is that when you're in it, I'm not sure if you guys feel this. I've had it happen as well, bro. It's like you're not even. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. You're like. It's like you're you, but you're just doing crazy shit. So you have to have things in place to manage yourself when those things are happening aren't going well. Which is like having the personal daily lock limit. Which is having like the actual just manually going and just having some discipline and pressing the fucking manual lockout button and locking everything out. Like just going like, also this is another thing, and I'm just gonna be real. I do it all the time. You guys probably may see it in my recaps, in my actual like me talking about my trading. You guys may see a lot of the time my accounts are locked when I take the screenshots. I lock my accounts if I'm done. I am done. If I say I am done, I am done. If I lock my accounts, they're done. I don't trade them anymore. If I'm up and I've had a good day and I say to myself, I'm done, just lock the accounts out. Just literally lock them out and then go and do something else. You know, like you're a gym guy, right? I saw your thing when I gave you the money for the Top Step accounts. Like, just go to the fucking gym. Like, when you're done, this is the best thing to do. Actually, I can give you some real coaching right now. Just straight up coaching. When you're done for the day, lock your accounts and go to the gym. Just lock your accounts and go to the gym. Then you won't even be thinking about trading. If you have 2 losses on the day, lock the accounts, go to the gym. If you have a winner and you're done for the day, lock your accounts and go to the gym. Because it will take you completely away from trading. You won't even be able to look at it. Well, you'll be able to look at it, but you won't be able to execute. That's probably the best piece of advice I can give you. Like, if you really want to just get away from that, and then having that max loss limit where Top Step will literally lock your accounts out when you've had 2 losses, there's no real way you can blow your account at that point. There's literally no way you can blow your account. Like, from the way that what's happened to you. You can obviously blow it if you're not trading well. I mean, even then, if you're trading $100, it's pretty hard. But does that answer your question, like on how better ways to deal with psychology? But I think that most of those problems psychology-wise come back to what I said earlier, which is like you just don't have confidence. And you also, to be honest with you, just from the way you talk about trading, you're still thinking about it like I had a good day because I made money. That's not how trading works. There are days, in my opinion, yesterday I made money. I made $3,000 and I had a fucking horrendous day. Like one of the worst trading days I've ever had in terms of management ever. Yesterday, because I was just like, what am I even doing with my life? Why am I'm not even trading my system? I'm trading some weird 1.5R to 1, like 1.5R strategy where I'm trying to hit 1.5R for payouts. It's like, what the fuck? Like, that's not trading. That's not my strategy. I'm not trading my strategy right now. Theoretically, I'm not trading my strategy because I'm not trading the process. The only metric of a good day is, did I follow my strategy and did I follow the rules that I have inside my strategy? It doesn't matter if you make money. You can lose money. You guys have seen them. Go look through after this call. Go watch some of my recaps. There's a recap on my page where I made 8.5R, almost $5,000, and I was mad at the end of the recap. I was pissed because I didn't stick to my trailing rules. The only thing that matters is the rules, because that's the only thing that's going to get you to the position where, like, for example, with my trading, I want to be making like huge amounts of money, like hundreds of thousands of dollars. The only way I'm going to get to that point where I'm making 100, 200K, 300K a month from trading, the only way is from the process. So anything else doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck what happens on the day. If I lose, great. If I go break even, great. If I win, great. It doesn't matter. But the only thing that actually matters is the process, because that's the only thing that's going to get me to that massive scale. Like, you guys might be looking at me being like massive scale, but even like to get to that point, the only thing that's going to get you there is the process. So like having this abstract thought of, I had a good day because I made money, or I had a bad day because I lost money, is just stupid, because the only reason, it's not stupid, that's rude, but like, it's just not the right way of thinking. It's the right way of thinking is, did I stick to what I know works and the strategy that I'm trying to trade here? And if the answer is yes, then I had a good day. It doesn't matter if you had 2 losses on the day. There's going to be times where you lose. Losing is a part of the game. You have to pay the price of losses to get to the winners inside of your sample size of trading. You say you trade 200 trades and you have a 50% win rate. You have to lose 100 times to make money with the other 100 trades. You don't view them as losses. View them as fees to the market that you have to pay to get to the winners. You literally have to lose. You literally have to lose. If you expect 100% win rate, if you ever get to that point, bro, let me know. I want to come on your super yacht. When you sell that to some hedge fund, like, if you're not going to, so you just have to accept that is the reality.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I definitely think, like, if you want me to give you some just advice, just do the gym stuff, man. Like, change your gym routine to be straight after trading. I'm not sure if you can do that. You're a coach, right? You do fitness coaching and stuff. Well, like you do fitness content. Is that right? I looked at your page briefly when.
I'm a gym manager, so I could either go and train or something or take my mind out.
Yeah,
But
take
the
it out.
fun thing on this, the funny thing on this, because I said again, literally I have like a 6 or 7 certificate, but every time when I'm going to farm it, I'm literally just blowing it. And that's actually my frustration. But what I did once, and I got to pay up and all those kind of things, I literally was making per day like a $200, $200, $150, and I was locking my account straight away. So that one actually worked really good. But in my mind, I was like, 5 days actually I did really good. I had $2,000. So I can do that one next week. And what I was doing, I was over trading. So I understand my mistake, but the thing is, it's so hard sometimes. But I guess everyone is going through that.
And it's one of those things. I mean, I think the learning curve from trading has nothing to do with. Like, let's be honest, guys. Like your trading isn't that difficult on chart. Like in terms of like identifying certain strategies, identifying everything, it's not that difficult. That's not the hard part. It's managing yourself and the trades. It's managing yourself mostly. You know, it's just those days. I was having this conversation yesterday. This is probably the only business in the world where you can lose your entire business in one day. If you have a lapse in judgment, lapse in discipline, you can lose your entire business in one day, very easily. If you don't have that discipline behind you, you just lose the entire thing. I mean, you've seen me. Anyone who's watched my content for a while, been on the page, you guys know I've had multiple setbacks where I've lost essentially the whole business. Obviously, with trading and prop firms, it's very easy to get back. But still, you know, I'm waiting, bro. Yeah, I don't think it will ever happen now because I just don't. You guys probably wouldn't. Yeah, I don't think it will happen again. But like with the personal account, it's even worse because that's actual money. It's actually money. And when you're actually trading, you're putting on risk. Your own money. You're risking, like me, I'm risking $1,000 on the trade or $900. You know, and then it's just like if you do have that lapse of judgment, and again, I will say you guys need to learn it at this phase. Learning it at this phase is the best because you guys don't really have a lot of risk. You guys, let's be real, I spend like $100, $200. Do I backtest? I used to a lot. If anyone who's been, I'll send you guys a screenshot of how much I backtested. It's about 3 months of my actual life. But I don't anymore. I would for people if they needed it. Like if they wanted like, hey, give me backtest. But I found there's not really a lot of good backtesting software for this strategy because you can't scale in. It's like a lot of the time you get so much, if you're switching between a whole lot of time frames, you get way too much context of what's happening. Like me and Foxen tried to do it. It's like, okay, cool. I can see when we swap to the hourly or like the fucking 30-minute or the 5-minute and we're swapping between time frames, I can see what's going to happen. So I'm always trading with bias. Like I always have a bias of what I'm going to do. So it's a little rough here. I'll send the screenshot. Yeah. So you guys can see there. Sorry, I'm just posting off my phone. Does that go through? Yeah. You can see there. That's just a screenshot I put on my piece of content, but there's like 93 days of my life into backtesting total across everything. Yeah. Yep. Gotta make it. Like, that's what it comes back to the earlier conversation. I literally had no option but to get good at trading. So I sat there for 12 hours a day for about 6 months when I was first learning to trade. This is like very early days though. Once I understood, I just did a lot of forward testing. It was more so just testing in the market. Because that's where you get the real, like backtesting, you don't get like the, you know, like the meat and potato. You don't get like that psychological hit. You know, like you're not going to be up 5R and have to make decisions and have to make quick decisions or decisions on your trading where there's actual money on the line. Do you know? I'm going to ask some more questions. So the backtesting, overtrading is not difficult. You're trading on tips. Yeah, I agree with that, Chasen. Overtrading is not. If you have the risk settings, you can't really do that. Low confidence is my nemesis. It's, again, just get one account, pass the one account, and trade it for a long period of time. I do think that people like to throw around the word psychology. Also, I think a lot of influencers like to do that because it basically takes a lot of. It does take a lot of, like, you know, the onus of of my responsibility of you not being good at trading. If you're trading my strategy, it takes the responsibility off me if I just, your psychology is bad. You know, I'm not saying I got it, but I think a lot of people do actually have bad psychology, but I do think people overuse that because most of the time it's like test the strategy, execute the strategy for a long period of time. But I also think people have unrealistic expectations of their performance in trading. Like I think a lot of people they expect too much too quickly instead of actually just being like, lock in, bro, for like a year, literally just lock in, like. Because I always say, like, if you're full porting, over trading, doing anything crazy in any capacity, you're not trading. You're gambling. Until you can get that completely out of your system, which I can't really coach you through. You just have to do what I said, which is the risk management stuff, in terms of like having the 2 losses on the day, making sure you're locking yourself out, like getting out of it, like actually just trading. Until you've traded legitimately for 3 to 6 months without doing that. Like, why do you expect to have good psychology or good confidence and feel confidence in your system? You're not trading. You're just trading for a bit and then self-sabotaging. So
you can't fake it, bro. You can't.
Can't fake what?
Like, yeah, you can't fake like the confidence and all.
Yeah, you can.
Like the good psychology.
Yeah,
it has to stem from like you have good psychology because you have strategy and trust.
Exactly.
And, like you've been through the fucking.
Yeah, you have to go through the fucking trenches. You know, you have to go through the actual process of trading. You can't be like, I have good solid. You can't be like, Matt, like, again, the bike analogy is the best one. It's like, you guys remember when you were kids and you first started riding a bike, you were like, fuck, I'm going to fall off the shit at any moment. That's why you have training wheels. And the training wheels in this situation is doing what I just told you, having the risk management settings, trading with one account, not trying to scale. The key point, not trying to make money. You guys are all trying to make money. Stop trying to make money. Stop being like, I need to get 5 accounts and scale. And like make a huge amount of. Stop trying to get payouts. Payouts don't have anything to do with trading. I know that sounds ridiculous, but they really don't. Like the process of trading has nothing to do with getting a payout. That's a byproduct of trading well. That'll happen if you lock in and actually stick to a process, stick to a low amount of risk, stick to a long-term vision of what you want to see with the business. The quickest way to get fast results is by taking it slow. And you can see that with like Gilbert, there's like the Die Reasonably guy. I'm not sure if you guys see. He made $25,000 since he joined the Discord, risking $100 on 5 accounts. And he's taking a $10,000 payout. And that all comes from him just going, hey, I'm risking $100. I'm just going to trade. I'm not going to try and hit a payout. And then you hit a payout. He had 3 payouts since he's joined the Discord. You can go and message him. I haven't mentored him. There's no, ask him, DM him. Be like, hey, like, what did you do? And you know what he did? Got accounts, traded $100, locked in, and actually just focused on the process, not focused on, I want to get to a payout. Because a lot of you guys even like, you go, I want to get to a payout, but then the payout's like $1,000. And I'm like, well, this, like, no offense, that doesn't do anything. It's just it's a dopamine hit of like, oh, I got a payout. Like, great, but that doesn't do anything. Like, it's like the only thing that does something is getting the process and then scaling that process. And then you'll get to the point where you can go, great, like I have 5 accounts and I have like $3,000 of equity in those accounts. Now I can take $1,000 and still have the base accounts and still be trading consistently. And like, yeah, it's not huge payouts just now, but let's say I take 5K out of those, or let's say even I have 1 account and I take, 1,000 out, and like, okay, great. Now I have this $1,000. I can put half of that into a bank, a savings account, and then put the other half into more accounts. And then great. Now I have 4 accounts from that $500 payout, but I'm using Top Steps money, and then you're just scaling up slowly and actually focused on the process. But everyone's just focused on trying to get a payout or that stuff, and it's just not relevant. It's not. None of this is. The only thing that is relevant is what's on the chart. Everything else is bullshit. Payouts are bullshit. Everything is bullshit. It doesn't matter. It's nothing to do with it. What is on the chart is what matters, and like managing what's actually in front of you, is what's important. Right? It's like, like you look at like basketball players, right? Basketball players get paid by being good at basketball, not by trying to, fucking, I don't know what the analogy here is, but like they're getting paid based on performance. Just like in trading, you get paid based on performance. You don't get paid because you're trying to do these weird things to try and speedrun a payout. They're confident because they put in the work. They're confident because they're like, these top guys who make huge money are really confident. I'm just going to mute you, bro. Sorry, that's really annoying. Unless you're trying to talk. Are you trying to talk? Anyway, these guys are really confident. These guys are confident because they put in the work, right? They're focused on the process. You go look at like Kobe. Go look at his like level of dedication to the process, to training. But that's why he got paid so much. And you guys need to have the same fucking thought process with trading. Whereas like the reason why he's good is because I'm not saying I'm Kobe, but I'm saying like, I mean, if you guys can't put three, like, I'm okay, not everyone has to be this fucking insane because this is different. A lot of you guys don't have the position to do that. Like, you know, like that's 3 months of my life just testing, right? And then there's like, I mean, you guys know I'm like pretty immersed in trading. I'll sit here and talk about trading all day. I do that, you know, and like, so you have to be very involved in trying to get better, not involved in trying to make money. And like, that's just where you need to kind of anchor yourself. Whereas like a lot of you guys, the problem is you're trying to make money. You're not trying to get good at trading. And I always say this, and this is my take as someone who started to make content, as not like a influencer. It's like someone who's actually a trader trying to talk about trading. Everyone is trying to make money. They're not trying to get good at trading. Everyone who I speak to, all they care about is making money. They don't care about getting good at trading, and that's why they don't make money trading. And that's my take. From my last 6 months, 8 months of making content, when I come in, people ask, hey, what's your goals with your trading? Like, I talk to people in DMs. They're like, I just want to make like X amount of money. I want to like, you know, be able to, financially. And I get and I understand. And I understand from your guys' perspective where you're like, you want to change your life. That's great. But like, you are dealing with an extremely it's a performance. It's basically a performance sport. Trading is basically a performance sport. Like you are basically going into something where you only get paid for the decisions and the performance you guys do. So you guys should treat it in that way. Treat it in like a way where like you want to get better at the process because you'll do better. You'll start to make money, but like not try to go, hey, I just want to get a payout, or hey, I want to whatever. Because that's where you're gonna see the most successes, when you actually go, hey, I'm not going to worry about making money for the next year. Like I guarantee if everyone here goes, hey, I'm not going to worry about making money for the next year. What I'm going to do is focus on getting good at trading. I guarantee you guys will all make way more money than you guys expect. Like I guarantee that. But it's hard. I mean, it's hard. Also, like I've talked to Foxen about this. The problem is that I'm in a different situation than you guys, even outside of trading. We've literally discussed this, me and him, the guy with the stupid alpha ears. Like we've discussed this. I'm in a different situation, like than a lot of you guys, even outside of trading. Like I don't spend my money from trading on my life. Like all my money from my trading goes back into my trading. So like, of course I don't care about like, all I care about is a performance because I'm not using it to try and change my life. So I've already, if that makes sense. So I'm also trying to not be biased on my end and be like a dick about it because, well, not a dick, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be empathetic and understand, but like ultimately it does come down to what I just said, in my opinion, which is like you do just need to focus on the process, because most people aren't focused on the process. Let's be real, all the stuff that people do.
Well, I've given up on, not obviously I want to make money now, but I gave up on trying to make money now. My new goal is, I think harder than any financial goal I could have set, don't lose my account for 6 months.
Yeah,
I want to create a personal account. If I can keep a top step account for 6 months, then I'll consider myself ready. I make money great. As a consequence, I should, but I just want to trade long term.
Yeah, and that's all the only goal, because as I said, there's all of the talking points link back to each other. The only way you guys are realistically, unless you have some and this is nothing to do with my page, the only way that you guys are going to get financially free really quickly is from crypto, basically. That's really it. You guys, even if you make a whole lot of money with like a prop firm, like I'm talking like 6 figures from like gambling or doing something crazy, let's say even like, 200-300K, like, yeah, that's going to change your life a lot in a lot of ways, but it's not going to give you the life that a lot of you guys aspire to. Because unless you have the process that is able to give you cash flow and actually start making money over the years, over a long period of time, that's what's actually going to change your life. Because that's an actual scalable system. It's like any business, right? The first thing you do is you build out systems and processes that are scalable in any business, right? If you're trying to build a scalable business, you build those systems and processes out, you build the foundation, and then you scale. But most people are trying to scale they're trying to scale off wet sand. Not even wet sand. They're trying to scale off like air. They've got nothing behind them. They've got nothing in the foundation, and they're trying to make money. And I'm like, if you just built the foundation, you would get results way faster, like infinitely faster. But it's hard to tell people to like, hey, don't try to make money from something they want to make money from for like 6 months to a year. probably 6 months is a reasonable amount of time. But I think betting, I think that's the best deal. I think that's the only goal people should have with their trading. My only goal this year is get a certain amount of prop firm accounts and have the personal account grow. But that's not a set number. That's just like I would like the personal account to get bigger and not to do anything with my risk management and not have the crazy setbacks I've had this year. If I have those 3 goals, I'm happy on the year. Even if it's just like I make 200K or 100K, or like even if I don't make a whole lot of money, it's like it's fine. As long as I'm making and the business is growing, I'm fine. Like I'm not setting goals specifically on how much money I want to make, because I think that the moment you do that, you're putting that mental strain on a process that already is mentally straining, and you're just compounding the mental strain on yourself. Because Benny, you talk about this, right? A lot with it's like the whole like mental capital stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's it. I actually learned that from Steve Jobs, who said you have a certain decision-making capacity, and that's why he wore the same thing every day to take away one decision you had to make, because each one is lower quality than the last. And when you're watching, you're making the decision to stay, scale in, or get out every second, every bar that you see. So it's like you can only make good decisions for so long. That's comes back to overtrading as well. And then, and it's more psychologically taxing when you're in a drawdown. So I don't know. That's my take on it.
Yeah, I agree 100%, bro. 100%. And also, I just to expand, because I read the past, I'm still working on it says here, whether you resolved it through small steps or you're still working through it. I have certain things. After I had my first blow up, I gave my wife my passwords to every account that I have. And I'll just be transparent, I don't mind talking about this. I have I have pretty bad anxiety. Like yesterday, my anxiety was through the fucking roof. I have depressive episodes sometimes, and all of the times I've blown up have been, 2 out of 3 of the times have been during those periods. So when she sees me being weird or not feeling the best, she just changes the vibe. We haven't had to use it yet, but she has access to those. So it's just having people, it's like she's like my risk manager, I presume Benny can probably talk about this. I don't think they do a lot of manual trading anymore, but back in the day, they had you'd have a risk manager that would manage you. If you're doing cook shit or you're not in a good place, they'll just cut you off. That's you having that outside source of someone who could just come and cut you off so you can't trade. Is a good way to do it. It's just about protecting yourself, protecting your accounts and your equity from yourself. Because you're your biggest ally when you get good at trading, but you're also your biggest enemy in every capacity with the trading stuff. Yeah, that's what Zoe said. 100%. She's pretty much, and she's super involved in the business, and she knows she knows enough about trading to be she just knows me, so she's just hey, idiot, she just whacks me on the head. But she hasn't had to do that yet. I haven't had to implement that, but that is in place. Because most of the time, you guys can tell I'm pretty chill. I'm not super so, yeah.
Yeah, that's effectively what these firms are doing with us with the max drawdown. The only difference between these and the old school prop firms, they realize that there's a profit into letting people try out repeatedly. So that's the reason they let you come back. But that's why they say, you have a $50,000 account, but you have your max drawdown. That's what they're doing to you. But yeah, except they make money charging people to repeatedly get back to that position.
No, so they're not charging people. This is my take. They're not charging people to trade. They're charging people to gamble with extra steps. You guys saw my story was at the casino. That is more fun than what a lot of people on here do. If you guys aren't sticking to a process, go to the casino and have fun with your girl or your boys. That's way more fun than lighting money on fire at the top step. Are you guys having a lot of fun when you want to fucking, for lack of a better phrase, fucking die because you're I just blew 5 accounts or I just blew my account. What the fuck is wrong with me? No one's having fun doing that, but I had fun at that casino that night. But that's more fun. I just don't think that people should approach. Most people approach it from Top Step is a glorified casino, in my opinion, for 95% of people.
So does Robinhood.
I just think it's a glorified casino.
Yeah, you're definitely right, and I think I don't know. I think well, there's more to it, but
There's more to it. But
for me, the difference between gambling and trading comes down to position sizing.
oh yeah, definitely.
I think you're gambling, even if you have a great strategy, if you're going way too big on each trade, you're just putting too much into it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna shit talk anyway, and you guys can clip this, but like I think this is a perfect example of like Foxin talking to me about like the whole like Baron. I mean, he follows me, but I think the way that he fucking trades is cooked. Like the whole Baron trade shit. He ran out like what $350,000, and then he was unprofitable for like 5 months because he was just so heavily sized that like, yeah, cool, dude. You made 350 grand, but like there was no consistency to the payouts. I'm not shit talking. I'm just being like, I just can't trade like that. I just can't trade like that. And stuff like that, where it's like I just want to size down, I just want to be consistent with it, because you can make so much more money being consistent and scaling up with more accounts with low risk. You could actually make way more money. Like if you look at it, like okay, let's say I go get 20 Apex accounts right now. Let's say I get all Lucid trading, all Take Profit, all Alpha, all did I say Lucid already? Whatever. Let's just say I have like 40 or 50 prop firm accounts, and I have a personal account. I have probably close to $10,000 of risk. If I make 2 on the day and make 20 grand, like, there's no chance of me losing the account if I'm risking $100 per trade. And then you can just constantly trade those with consistency, and then eventually get to the point where you're getting crazy payouts. And then you're actually doing it with an actual process, and there's no chance of losing the business. There's no point losing there's no chance of losing the business. Sorry. And I just look at it like that. I would rather have a business that's consistent. But there's people who make a lot of money from the whole sim farming. Huge. I said 50. There's a way you can get 50 accounts with like across like 5 or 6 prop firms. Yeah. 100 accounts.
What do you use?
Hell yeah. What do I use to trade sync?
It's TradeSync.
Yeah, trade syncer.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got that Die Reasonably guy, the guy who made like 25K. He just got
Yeah,
he's scaling out right now. So.
Yeah, I think I'm not quite.
You don't want to do
that,
it.
but
Take it slow. Take it slow. I'm still taking it, bro. Like, I mean, again, I know I talk about him a lot, but we just talk a lot. The Foxin guy, he always does. He's like, everyone is always telling me to scale. But I'm like, I don't know. I'm a pussy, I suppose. I'm just scared to scale up. I like to be consistent. I don't want to, again, manage that. Yeah, my wife 100% wants me. She's pissed. She's like, I need that. She's like, I need the Lambo, bro. She's not pissed, but she's like, she thinks that I should push the envelope with my trading a little bit harder than I do. But I'm like, I don't know. For me, I'm like, as I said, I'm very long-term focused. I don't care about making money on the year. I care about like, as long as in the 5 years I'm where I want to be. Like, I just want to build the process and the consistency first. And then like, I mean, I still make good money right now, so it's fine. It's just not like insanely life-changing money right now.
Do you think you make more money through that mindset? I know you're trading smaller risk, but you
no, I 100% think I'm my own limiting factor. I have a different problem than you guys, which is that I'm too process orientated. Like on some level, I'm too like I want to be consistent, where I'm actually holding myself back from making more money. Like Foxton's talked to me about it, where he's like, "Why the fuck don't you just send? Like, why are you still? Why? Like realistically, why am I trading? Why am I still trading $100? I'm gonna mute that person. Why am I trading $100 of risk right now? Like on these top super accounts, you know, like I can get good payouts, but I could get crazy payouts, you know, and I don't really care if I lose the accounts. So I'm not like I'm also have my own blind spots, you know, but that's a different story, and that's definitely something that I'm aware of. It's just I think sometimes I'm a little bit too timid. I think 2022 when I lost all my, you know, I made $2 million. Had massive financial setbacks. I think anyone who's gone through that,
PTSD, bro.
Yeah, like I think anyone who's gone through that, I know at least one person in this school because I've spoken to them extensively.
I had that on a smaller scale.
Yeah, has gone through. 2 people actually. There's 2 people in here I know for sure have gone through financial major setbacks, like where you're like at a certain point in life doing really well, and I'm so, you know, then you have big setbacks and you're not at that same point. When you have that happen, you become very like the opposite of what you guys are, which is you don't want to make a whole lot of money. You just want to keep what you have and grow it.
The realest shit I've heard, bro.
Yeah. When you're ahead, like when you have that setbacks, all you want to do is grow slowly because you don't want to go through that pain. Because you guys, I wish this on no one here. It is horrendous. Like it is the least fun experience you will go through. Is having like a really major being quite financially successful to go and make like significantly less. Like my life's still great right now, but like it's one of those things where like I'm still good, like I'm still doing well, obviously, but it's just like I'm nowhere close to where I used to be like 2-3 years ago, and that's fine. But like it's just like, huh?
Oh, I sent a quote in the group chat. It relates to what you're talking about.
I'll read it out.
Yeah,
I'll read it.
my fear is not losing my money now. My fear is having success for a long enough period where I rely on it and then losing all that money.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to just look at it like zero risk of ruin. Like stay alive till I'm 50 or 60.
And bro, the fact that most people don't even know what risk of ruin is concerning. Like I'm not saying you guys in this call here, but in general, like I posted a risk of ruin calculator, and I had probably 20 people message me being like, "What's that? Like, can you send that to me?" I'm like, the fact you don't know what this is and you're trading these accounts is insane, because you guys can go and look at basically any strategy. You will probably go to the point, like it's statistically 100% that you will probably have at least 8 losses to 10 losses in a row. Like that is very rarely going to happen. Very really going to happen. Like it's going to happen. It's like it's a real possibility. Also, this quote is amazing. Like I made all my if you guys have watched if you guys want to go watch it, so I pinned post on my page. That's my story. Like I made $2 million and then lost 75% of it, and that's literally just because I had absolutely no fucking idea what I was doing. I just made it all in crypto. And then I invested it into a crypto coin that was just stupid and made a lot of money. And then it went to basically like $1. And then I lost 75% of that money. And then I just took that 500 grand and used it to trade. Well, I didn't use it to trade. I used it to support myself, which is why I could do that back testing that you guys saw. Because all I was doing was I was like, I have to make this work. I need to fucking, go hard. Because I was like, got all my tattoos, as I said earlier. Boom, boom, boom. Made myself cooked, lost my money, and then I was like, all right, it is time. We got to go hard. And that was like 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Jesus Christ, that's a long time ago.
Have you ever looked into option selling or no?
Nah, never. I'm happy with what I'm at right now. I don't know much about that. The Greeks scare me, bro. I'm scared.
Oh yeah. The only one that's really bad is Theta, like the time decay shit.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I can't really give you guys a lot of insights on that, unfortunately. But this quote, by the way, is really, really cool. I really like that, man. That's sick.
That's from The Discipline Trader by Mark Douglas.
I'm gonna make that my background on my phone. That's a good one. I like that. I haven't read that. I might actually pick out that book. Can you just type out the name of the book? I actually am gonna buy that and read that. It's quite interesting because Mark Douglas did. He's trading in the zone, right? Yeah. That's good. That's not the book. This book, when I showed you guys The Best Loser Wins and Trading the Zone, those are 2 books you guys need to read. Just so you know, like 100%. Read those 2 books. They'll help you trading a lot. I'll put them in the thing so you guys can see. Trading, tarding in the zone. That's me. Trading in the zone. Plus.
But I wrote down a sticky note. It says, "Smart me, it makes it trade. Retarded me, makes it trade."
Oh, dude, that was so bad. Nicole was out of town when I had that shit happening. Oh my god, I literally, that calling yourself a retard. That was how I felt. I was like, I am actually just retarded. Man, this fucking long is printing. Jeez. Scale, and this would be a juicy trade. Very nice. Nobody else seems to do this. What do I not seem to do? What was I talking about? Oh, what is that in relation to? Oh, yeah. I mean, I like in all seriousness, this isn't me just saying that like this. Like, I'm not just like, I love the community. Like, I get a lot out of this. I'm quite a lonely guy. I have my wife I talk to and my couple of friends. And I don't even see my couple of friends that much because they all work 9 to 5s and like have very busy lives. So like I get a lot out of this back because I get to talk to you guys about something I really love, and you guys get to get information from me, and like I get a community. Whereas like the last 3-4 years, apart from a couple handful of people, I have really not had a lot of people to do the journey, to have this journey with. So for me, I get a lot of value out of you guys too. Don't think this is like a one-way relationship, because I definitely get a lot of value. Bro, you always have another question. Nah, I'm giving you shit.
Oh my god, one kid in the class, bro.
Yeah,
Those
you're like
like
me when I was like 15 and I played Warhammer and I go to the store and ask them like 15 million questions.
Okay, let me show you.
Yeah, I gotta work. Oh, it's good talking to you guys.
Genuinely, I don't mind if people ask questions. I just give them shit because we've been talking for a while, so it's different. I don't mind.
It's a quick one.
Okay.
Was this not a good setup right here when we first came? Like, it's a 1 hour order block before any of that shop down there. Like, we came to the 1 hour order block.
Where's the golfing?
Right after, like to the right of where I circled.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I circled.
Yeah, you could have.
I circled. I was gonna ask if that is too far.
You definitely could take it. It's just like you want confirmation, right? Like in some level, like you could take that. I said that earlier, right? Did you remember when I said I was like, you could have taken basically any order block today, and you would have been fine. Like if you had just taken, like you could have taken this 100%. You could have taken this, you would have been 100%. You could have taken this, you would have been 100%. This would have been a loss. But I mean, if I say, hey, bro, there's 3 trades out of 4 on the day, based off order blocks that you would have done well off, like this trade you would have done well, this trade you would have done well, that's fine. You can't.
I think I said, I circled that. I mean, the main thing with that picture is like, is that too far of an internal low to call a liquidity sweep? That's a 2-minute chart. On the 5-minute, there's not even an internal low there. You know what I mean?
No, I personally would have waited for either this one. Like this one's fine as well. I mean, I think you're getting stopped out at break even on this trade though.
Mm-hmm. And the thing with the picture I sent, I feel like that internal low is like, it's kind of too far, right?
Yeah, it's
kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of. But yeah, I mean, you're getting stopped out at break even on this trade.
Yeah.
So this would have been, so you would have probably got stopped out at break even and potentially taken this trade here. So I mean, so on the day, theoretically, this is like a, one loss, 1 win. 1 loss, 2 wins, 1 break even.
Okay, I officially have no more questions. Thank you.
I don't believe you for a fucking second.
Just for this call. Trust me, there's more questions. Not on this call.
Yeah, what you just said. Money is the byproduct of the skill set in anything, guys. In any business that you guys get into, anything. The skill is what's going to pay you. Unless you get lucky. But as I said to you, that luck links back to the other quote he posted, which is if you're getting money from luck and not from a process and skill, it's not scalable. Therefore, it's not going to get you probably to the life that you want. Like unless it's an absurd amount of money through crypto, and then you just got lucky, congratulations. But I'll be real with you, your purpose in life. Here, I'll give you guys some real talk. I was the most depressed I've ever been when I was sitting in the middle. I was spending so much money in my life and making so much money, and I had like 2 million liquid. I'll literally show you guys my bank account what it looked like.
Yo, bro, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I was the most depressed I've ever been because I had no purpose. I just had a fuckload of cash. No one around me who really, like my friends liked me, but there was like, I was single at the time. There was like all these girls. I didn't know why the fuck they wanted to hang out with me because I just was balling out of control. You'll always be worried. This is more for the guys. You will never know. And you have no purpose in life. You have no anything because you just made money, a whole lot of money, like life-changing money from something that you don't even know what you're doing with. And then you're sitting there like, what do I do now?
It definitely gives you a lot of anxiety.
Yeah. And you sit there and you're like, fuck my life. Like, I literally sat there and I'm like, fuck my life. There's no one. Like, I was deeply depressed. Like, deeply depressed. But whereas, like, right now, I'm like, probably, literally, like, I don't mind telling you, half where I used to be. But I'm, like, way happier. Like, I still have, like, mental health issues, but I think everyone does on some level. Yeah. Like, it's not, if you don't have the purpose and the process behind it, you're just always going to really struggle. Try to find it. Aha, I found it. So you guys can see this here. I don't mind showing you guys this because I think it's relevant so you guys actually, I can talk from experience, not just from from like random. Like that was my. I'm not sure if it's in there. Is it? Yeah, you guys can see that in there now. Can you see that? That's what my bank account looked like in 2022. Liquid. Like, liquid. You guys can go through my Instagram. Go scroll back on my personal Instagram to like 2022 era. I was spending like $20,000 a day on villas in like fucking Europe and shit. I'm telling you, if you make a lot of money from something that is luck and it isn't like you don't have a purpose behind it and you're not actually building something, like you're gonna be depressed as fuck. So like don't even chase that. Just chase to become successful and like in like an actual process. And actually like dial everything in. Because that's what I found the most like I get so much fulfillment from being better, like good at something, getting good at trading, you know. And then also like when you do that and it's really quick, and also honestly, real talk, you guys have, including myself, this is coming from experience. This is my experience. You will not know how to handle that money if you make it in that way. You will rip through that money so quickly, and you'll do the dumbest shit. I did. I had 2 million basically. I had 800,000 liquid, and I put it into a fucking meme coin. Like, what the fuck is going on? Not like a meme coin, but like into a coin that basically had no fundamentals or anything in hindsight. And it's like if you make that money illegitimately.
You could have bought a couple of houses with that shit in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I already have real estate though, so I mean, I was doing well outside of this. This wasn't the only thing I had going, so I'm good.
Oh, so you good?
Yeah. I'm not broke. I'm not sitting here like. I mean, I hope you guys see. Like, I think it's pretty clear I'm not. But like, I'm not. I'm just not in the same position. You know, where my net worth was like multi-million. You know, over a whole lot of stuff. Like, I had real estate, I had the crypto stuff, but like none of it was from like an actual business. So it didn't really matter. And then when you have no skill behind it, it doesn't do anything.
Was this in 2020?
2022.
Oh, everyone was making money in 2020.
Yeah, COVID era.
Yeah.
COVID era. Well, I made all the money in 2021, and then I was like balling out of control from 2022. But yeah, it was a really. I mean, I will say this, guys. So a lot of that money was in staking coins. I was making about $10,000 a day. I won't like in staking rewards. I will say it was a fun experience. Like I was depressed, but I was having a lot of fun. But like, and it was a cool experience. But like, it also like it gave you a taste for something that like that's why my goals are so big now. Because I'm like, you know, for me, it's like, you know, I've had a taste of that kind of lifestyle, and it's fucking fun. It's enjoyable. I just want to get there with the right people and with the right actual vehicle to get there with like trading and with the current things that I'm doing, you know, and scaling out my real estate and everything like that. But I don't want like when you get there by accident, basically, and you just like, you know, you're like, I don't know what I've, you know, it's why you guys can look at this. Like, why do you think trust fund kids like end up becoming drug addicts and shit? Because they don't have any purpose. You don't have anything there. You don't have anything to work towards. You've got all the money in the world. You don't have anything that you have to work on. You don't have anything. You know, you don't have anything. You just have cash, which for some people they're fine with. But I think a lot of, like, especially men, like you need purpose in life. Purpose is the most important thing. Like that is really the most important thing. Like if you have all the money in the world, you know, it's like that quote. Well, it's like what good is there to gain the whole world but to lose your soul? And it's like if you don't have anything going, like anything to drive your purpose as a guy, I think it's just you become very depressed. If you just personally, anyway, and that's my experience.
This might be off topic. Do you trade under a LLC or not?
Yeah, but mine's in Dubai, so I don't pay tax.
You got. I don't know if you're comfortable answering it, but
sure.
Do you have to have like real estate over there or something, or like?
I basically, a friend of mine put me in contact with someone. It's a little bit. It's not dodgy. It's just.
I know.
It's bending the rules. It's lightly bending the rules. No, I don't. Anyway. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah. I always say to people, if you guys get profitable to the point where you're making serious money, let me know and I'll put you in contact with those people because I've had my money there and for the last year and a half, no problems. So If you guys
Yeah,
do actually get to the point,
my LLC, yes.
no, if you guys do get to the point where you're profitable and everything, 100%. What's my purpose in life? My purpose in life is to make as much money as I can to look after the people I care about. That's really it. I don't really care about stuff for me. The only shit I really care about is I like watches. You guys see that? Like I like watches. Like I like nice stuff like that. I like to I like to go and do stuff with my friends. Like my ideal thing, because I'll be real. Like this is a bit deep, but we'll let's fucking run it straight. I had this conversation again, Foxon. I had this conversation with him a couple of days. So my parents died when I was really young, and my only living relative died just after 2022. So I actually have no family, like literal zero. And so now my goals, I used to be to look after my family, look after my grandma. She was the only one left. And then I'm just like, well, I want to just make enough money so I can retire all my friends and my wife. And then just like they can do whatever they want, start whatever businesses they want to do whatever they want. Like we can go travel, have fun. Like I'm a big person about having fun. Like I like to do stuff and go out. I just want to give the people I care about. That's my purpose, is just giving the people I care about like the best quality of life I can. Really. Yeah. Realistically, that is my purpose nowadays. And I do like trading. I mean, purpose in terms of, I also like, I'll be real, this content stuff gives me a lot of purpose, guys. I'll be real. Like trading is kind of similar to what I was saying. Like if you're just day trading all day, it kind of gets a little soulless and a little vapid. It's a little sterile. You're just sitting there and you're not really interacting with anyone. You're just kind of like, you kind of don't become a real person because you're not interacting with human beings. If you're actually a full-time trader, or like mostly that's what you do, like you're in the trenches with trading predominantly, like you don't really talk to anyone. If you're not in a Discord like this and interacting with a whole lot of people, you don't really talk to a whole lot of people, So you kind of don't get a lot of social. That's why I think I'm a bit of a yapper, because I've just been 3 years not really talking to people. So I just yap a lot now because like when I do have outlets to have social interactions, I want to take the outlet. I'm a yapper. Nah, bro, it happened a long time ago. You guys don't need to feel sorry for me at all. It's not really. It's just life, man. It's what I said to you guys. You got to play it's what I said to you guys earlier, right? You got to play the chessboard that in front of you. Don't cry about your situation. I had every opportunity to cry and be like, life sucks. Like the shit's like I don't have any family. Wow. And sometimes it does get to me, but like I'm not gonna like ruin my life over. I'm not gonna like use it to become a victim. I'm just gonna fucking keep going, bro. Keep trying. What helped me keep going? I refuse to. I don't want to become a statistic. Like realistically, like I don't want to become a statistic. I don't want to be like, oh, I crashed out and became like a drug addict or something because I had shit happen to me. Like I don't want to do that. I've done quite a lot of cool shit in my life, and I just go, like it's what I said to you guys earlier, right? Like I have my mental health issues, and a lot of that does stem from a lot of the shit I've talked about right now. But like, I'm not gonna let that define me as a person, because I think that's a fucking shit life to lead. Like to be like, you just had some bad stuff happen to you, and then you just like don't even try to get ahead. You don't try to do anything. You just like let it ruin your entire life. I want to have a good life. I've had bad stuff happen to me. It doesn't mean that just because the chapters in your story that are bad doesn't mean the whole book is bad. And there's been great parts in my life. Right now, I'm going through a really good period in my life with with the trading, with my wife and stuff. Things are going really well. I'm really happy in a lot of ways right now. But you don't just let the whole thing. You don't let the whole story go to shit because there are a couple bad chapters. I don't think that's a good way to think about life at all. You just got to keep trying. I also think just not giving up. I think that's a really, really good way of like thinking about it. Just like don't stop. Like there's gonna be shit that's gonna happen, especially if you get into entrepreneurship. If you get into entrepreneurship, there's 100% certainty that you're gonna have shit happen to you. That may not be as catastrophic as what I've talked about today. It might not be as crazy, but there's gonna be times. I mean, you guys are dealing with it in real time right now, where you guys are like blowing accounts and doing silly things on the accounts. Like that's stuff that you're gonna have to go through. It's just gonna get more and more scale. You look at, like I was watching I'm not sure if you guys know who this is. I presume you do because you're on the internet. But I was watching a podcast with it happens at every scale. I was watching a podcast with Iman Gadzhi last night. And he was talking about how he's basically missed out on $75 million in lost net worth in the last 4 years from mistakes. You know, he's obviously doing like insanely well in general. But the point is, what I'm trying to say is that this happens at every level. It happens to me at like my level where I've like had my setbacks in 20. Like it's gonna happen. You're always gonna have to go through these things. But like being not stoic. I don't like that word. I don't want to sound like fucking Andrew Tate. But being like just grounded in a place of like, as long as you're trying to do 2 steps forward, 1 step back, like that's a good way to kind of frame everything. Like don't try to go. You don't want to be doing like, for example, like trying to take 20 steps forward and get like 5 accounts with Top Step and going crazy with them and making a whole lot of money. But then you're going to end up taking like 4 or 5 steps actually. Like it's going to take 50 steps back because you're frying yourself, you know? Do you know the feeling when you know you will make it? I still have doubt about my life to this day, but I'm a very anxious person, so I'm not really a good person to talk about that stuff with. I have not really. The only time I've ever felt like I made it was when I had the 2022 stuff, because I was like, I'm so fucking good, but I also had no context. I don't think I'll feel like I've made it. I feel like I've made it now in terms of it's a different kind of arrival though. It's like I just know I have a process, so I just have to execute. That's it. That's kind of how I felt like I just execute. Like you just execute the process and then eventually like you just scale that process and then like that's making it, but it's not like, I don't think like a certain thing in life. If you could change something from the trading aspect, like in my own trading or trading in general. What do you mean? If I could change something? I just wished I was a little bit more mentally sound, a little bit more disciplined, even though I'm fairly disciplined. I just wished I was a little bit more like, again, it just links back to that. It's like the mental health stuff, right? Like, you know, it's just like that sometimes fucks with my trading. I have not used wealth charts. I don't know what that is. What is that? What is wealth charts? No, I haven't used this. It looks cool though. I'll have a look into this. These are really good questions. I've really enjoyed this call, guys. Genuinely. We've been in this call almost 3 hours or 2 hours, 15 minutes. That's crazy. Really enjoyed these questions. Yeah, I'll have a look into it and see if I can give you some. Well, no, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm vibing. I'm enjoying this. I'll take a break like me. You saying me take a break? I'm good. I'm enjoying this. Enjoying the chats. I'm not trading right now, so this is still in my allotted trading time for the next 4 minutes. 40 minutes. But I am going to go get some lunch in like 40 minutes. I'm fucking hungry. No, I'll read up. You don't have to retype it. I'll just scroll up. I wanted an oyster. Can you actually retype it? I can't see it. Maybe it was very far up. I'm going to ask you, are you still in here, Danny? I think he's gone. Rest in peace. It's very sad. Is he still in here? Danny, you still in here? No. I was going to ask him why he wants to quit.
Wait, what?
Wait, is he in here?
Nah, this is someone else.
Oh, okay. No. He's just saying, I'm thinking getting close to the point where, he is in here. Why do you want to quit, bro? What's the problem right now? Why are you wanting to quit? And then could you also type the question that you had, how do I set alerts if you don't? I'll answer this question first, and then I'll answer Danny. I don't. I am autistic, so I actually do have a bit of the tism, but I just sit and trade. I'll just sit here from 6:30 in the morning until whenever I finish. I don't set alerts or anything. I just pay attention for a long period of time and just sit patient and wait for my setups. Generally. Yeah. I don't set alerts. But when I used to trade Forex, I was actually just talking to, again, I feel like I say your name like every 2 seconds. I used to trade Forex, and I was telling Foxen about this. I used to trade Forex like very high time frame stuff, like weekly charts and daily charts, because it plays out really aggressively. Like you can make. I'll show you guys after this. Actually, I'll show you some of it. If you trade my strategy with high time frames on Forex, and you can make a lot of money. But I used to set alerts then because I would be sitting there like, on the daily chart. I don't want to be sitting there. Obviously, I'm not going to sit and stare at the daily chart. That's ridiculous. So I would do it like if I'm day trading, I don't have alerts at all. Like I don't have alerts at all for day trading. Like I don't think it's necessary. Like if it's that far away, just take a break or just don't trade for the day. Like if it's at the point where you need to set an alert. But if you're setting an alert, how do you set alerts that you don't? How do you set alert? You can just set them through TradingView though. Do you know how to set them through TradingView? You just press right click and it should just say like set alert at a certain price action at a certain price, and then you just set it. You can't. I don't think you can set alerts through most props, like at all. But you can just use TradingView. Same shit. I think so. Shit, man. I keep going back and forth between. With that strat, with like the day. How do I set an alert? I don't have any way of alerting. I just read the price action. I'm confused. No, I don't know who Nick Shawn is. Yeah, I'll show you the stuff I used to do. So, I used to do. I'm not gonna. I'll give you basically the way I used to trade. I would have like a pair that I had a fundamental bias on, and if you go to the weekly chart, you can see. It's very, very easy to trade. If you like short bias or long bias, like for this example, you'd be short bias, these weekly order blocks, boom. It's very fucking easy to trade these because these you do not have to worry about trend in any capacity because the trend is so fucking clear. This is the clearest shit in the day to trade. Like there's no this is literally 3 years of data. Why would unless there's fundamental changes here, this is gonna keep doing this. So if you know that, it's very fucking easy to trade. This is just very not day trading. This is like some of these positions. I mean, look, let's say you are short bias here. You have to wait a year for the trades, but you'll be trading like 10 different pairs, and you would have like a whole lot, and you'll be executing on like the daily. But this is how I used to trade Forex. This is how I got funded for the first time. I got to like $1.4 million in Forex funding, trading exactly like this. This was like my first experience, but it's the same strategy, right? Like we look at like the order blocks and stuff. It's the same shit. Like I would trade like stuff like this short. Like I would enter this short and then just ride this all the way down. Because it's way easier to trade like this because you don't have to worry about bias. Because like that's the fucking weekly chart. What do you guys think you should do? Short. Like it's super easy to trade. And obviously there's gonna be times, but you just wait for the OBs, right? You just wait for the structure to change and things to kind of move. And there'll be times where you'll lose, obviously. But like in terms of what we're talking about in general, like I was trading like 15. You can see that I haven't really used TradingView since I exited Forex. But you can see this is like the amount of shit I used to trade. This is new, but like all this is how many assets I was trading. But I was trading on such high time frames that it didn't matter. But you said it we Gucci. Okay. What was the question? I'm going to answer your question now with like this thing, and I think the mindset definitely needs more fixing before that. Did you blow it from like just full, like you just like overtrade in like full port and do crazy stuff? Is that how do you still have one? Do you still have the XFA? I did get an XFA and blow it. Okay, you didn't. So if you can, it's what I said earlier in the conversation. If you can blow an account in 2 days, then ultimately it all comes down to like risk management over trading. So all you need to do is just risk $100, put on your risk settings, so that you can only lose $250 to $300 a day. So you have maximum basically 2 trades, and then just trade and just accept that it's going to take some time. Because if you can lose an account in 2 days, you're basically cooked. And also, are you trading micros or are you trading minis? I guarantee you're going to say minis. You watch. I fucking guarantee. Because I know that's what everyone does. Everyone is bad at trading because they trade minis. That is my take. Another hot take from doing content. Everyone, you can't manage your risk trading minis. You literally can't manage your risk. Like here. Like, all right, let's give you guys an example. This is a perfect example. If I'm trading this position, right? Let's say I take this slot short. This is 16 points. If I put a mini into this trade, that means I risk $300, right? Basically 300. If this goes all the way down to here, let's say I just target 2-to-1. This is not my strategy. I'm just using an example. If I target 2-to-1 on this trade, I make $600, correct? Okay, good. Take that into consideration here. If I'm in this trade here, which is basically the same thing, these are the two positions we were taking today. If I was trading one mini on this trade, that's 35 points. I would have lost $750 ish. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, ish. Yeah, like $700. So these two trades are the same position, but you're losing on this trade $700 if you lose, and you're making way less on a 2-to-1. You're making way more, right? So if you target 2-to-1, you're making $1,400 here, and you're losing $700 here. With this trade, you're losing $300 and making $600. That means that no amount of risk to reward, any kind of system matters, because your losses are different, and you're going to have times where you lose $700 here, and then you lose $300 here. But if it goes 2-to-1 risk to reward here, like for example, if you took this, right? Like if you took this 2-to-1 risk to reward trade here, you would have made $700. But then if you came into this trade and lost, you'd have lost 2R. Whereas if you go to micros, all you can do is on this trade, for example, you can trade like 2 to 3 micros, and then on this trade, you'll trade 1 to 2 macros. And then these will probably be about the same. They'll be within at least a couple dollars of each other. You'll at least get it to the point where you're like, maybe one's like 100 and the other's like 130 or whatever. They'll be close enough. But if you don't have this in place, no system works. No system is scalable. If you are trading minis, no system is scalable. I don't care if it's my strategy or not. It's just fucking not possible, because you'll lose different amounts on each day. Volatility is going to be different on each day, which means that these prices, like these stop losses, are going to be different, which means you're going to lose and make more every single day. You're going to lose and make different amounts of money, which means that no system works. Like the example's right in front of you, right? This is $300 for the stop loss here if you trade one mini. This is $700. These are the exact same positions with the exact same strategy. They're the exact same. This is the exact same strategy. This is my strategy. And if you had traded this with minis, you would have lost, you would have made good money, obviously. But I'm trying to put this into the context of if you lost this trade, you would have completely evaporated all of the winner from that trade. From 1R. That's 1R. That's 1R. This is 2R. This is 2R. But all these amounts are different. So no system matters, and it's all gambling. Because you don't have a risk. This isn't a risk unit. This isn't a risk unit. It's just a dollar amount. You want to be operating with trading as like when you're putting on risk, you're putting on 1 unit of risk. So you need to be trading micro so that every single trade is within reason about the same. Unfortunately with futures, you can't get the exact number. No, it's not about starting with 2 to 3 macros, because there's days like this where I've had trades where it might look like this. Well, you'd only trade 1 micro on that because that's 48 points. So you'd lose $100. This also is different if you trade $200, you just double the amount, right? Like you'd trade 2 micros. But my point is that until you have that down, like I think this is my hot take on this situation. If you do not have this down, it is virtually impossible to make money in trading, because you will have that. Like, think about it. This is a 2-minute candle, guys. If you run a mini, you're basically saying I'm okay with risking basically half my account on one trade. That's what you're saying. If you run minis, that is what you're saying. You're okay with that. You're A-okay with that. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is absolutely insane. And that's why I think most people lose their accounts. I didn't even realize this was a thing until I started making content and started talking to people. Yeah. Like, I just think what BV said. What BV said. Like minis aren't the move. And I just don't think that minis are the move for anyone in this call. I think if you're at the point where you're not really confident in your ability to trade, like if you're hanging out talking to me about trading, realistically, you're probably at the point where you're just trying to learn or like decent enough, but you're not like consistent. just don't even trade minis. Trade micros. You get more flexibility, you get more accuracy, you get more everything. It's just all upside. The only downside is fees. Well, okay, I'm gonna be real with you. If your profitability is based off the fact that you're losing because of fees, you're not profitable. That's ridiculous. You're not a profitable trader if you fucking because of small amounts of difference in fee in the amount of fees you pay for micros. That's insane. Yeah. Yeah, like you can I could jump on, I theoretically could probably trade it, but I like this. I like the flexibility. I like the precision. This is a more source guys. You really don't have a lot of control with trading. You have very little. The market's going to do whatever the fuck it wants to do. The market really is just going to do whatever it wants to do. So why would you guys not use every single bit of control that you can do? Stop losses, proper position sizing. These things you can control. You can control those things with trading, where most things you can't control with trading. The market is going to do whatever it wants. If you can control your risk and you can actually have a static amount of risk based off micros, that's stuff you can control. Why are you giving more advantage to the market to fuck you when it already has market advantage to fuck you? The market inherently is trying to beat you. That's the way you should view it. Well, it's not trying to beat you. It's not malicious, but we're trying to beat the market here and it's trying to beat us. It's it's almost like a PvP situation. Why would we give them more advantage? Why would you give you want advantage on your side, which is that's an advantage. You control your risk and you can actually have a stop loss and it's okay if you lose. It's fine. Don't set it to I wouldn't say 100. I think that's very aggressive. I would put 250, 300 and then just do the micro stuff and that'll give you because you still want to be able to trade, bro. Just being real, you still want to be able to trade. You still want to be able to take a couple positions a day, 2 to 3 positions a day. You just don't want to be the point where you're full porting the account and doing crazy shit. You just don't want to give yourself the opportunity to do that. Yeah, there's what BV said again. Building a position is way better than going on all at once. It's better to risk small and then build the position. It's what the whole point of my strategy is. Yeah, Pizzle. That sucks. I've had that happen. The mini stuff. The contrast. Not the contrast. What's the word? My brain's not working right now. The similarities between poker and trading are very high. Very high. There's a lot. That's why do you think a lot of good poker players end up being good traders and good traders end up being good poker players? I've never played poker. I don't gamble. I don't like gambling. I don't get why people like gambling. It's the least. I just don't like it. This is seems like a waste of money. Yeah. I mean, I don't have any. Trading is gambling, but I think it's a little bit different. I don't like going to the casino and gambling. That just feels like a waste. I don't get any dopamine from it. If anything, I get what's the opposite of dopamine? I just get pissed off. I'm just why did I just throw money into the void? Yeah. I don't like doing slots and stuff. I like gambling. I like taking risk in life. I'm a pretty big risk taker. I'll take risk, but I don't like going to the casino and gambling. I don't really get off on it. I went with Nicole, my wife, and she was having fun. I was bro, I just want to fucking leave. Nah, slots is fucking sick, bro. You don't get the dopamine when all the things are flying up. Yeah, so much fun. Yeah, because it's all statistics. I've watched some poker stuff that. I don't know much about it, but that Phil, I always because I kind of find it funny, the YouTube clips. You guys know, I'm sure BV will know, but the Phil Hellmuth guy who just crashes out, bro. He cracks me up, bro. I don't know anything about poker, but I always see all the statistics, of the hands changing probabilities, and it's kind of the same with trading, right? Yeah, Phil. I watch his clips probably once a week, bro. I just go and chuck it on when I'm eating food and shit because it just cracks me up, bro. He just crashes out so hard. He just crashes out so hard and it just cracks me up. I don't know anything about poker. My neighbor actually is trying to get me to come to their little nights, but I'm I just know I'll just burn money, and I'm I don't like wasting my, I don't like gambling without at least some sort of, understanding of what I'm doing, which is why you know, I don't really get the whole top step gambling trading without like trying to do a process stuff. So for me, it's just like lighting money on. It's like I'll be real with you. These people I talk to, I won't tell you who they are, obviously, but there's a guy I spoke to who spent $35,000 with prop firms this year, or in the last 12 months. Has not made a payout, for context. Like, that's gambling, bro. Yeah, that's what I said to him. I said, man, like, imagine taking 35 grand to the casino with the boys. I mean, that would be probably fake. Probably not fun for me, but for a lot of people, you would have a fucking good night. You know? How? That's a question I have, is how. Like, I even talked to him on a call, and I said, like, did you not, like, was it not, what was the point where you're like, this is, like, where do we get out here? Because even, like, you know, when I lost my $2 million, like, I even had the thing where it's like, I'm going to keep the 500K. I was like, I'm going to hedge this. I was like, I can't, like, you know, you can take risk with money, but, like, you have to have some point where you're like, okay, well, I'm going to cut myself off and, like, reposition myself into like, I don't want to fucking, you know, just be blowing. And this guy, like, he doesn't work like a crazy job or anything. He's not like a crazy successful guy. He spent 35 grand and he's like a normal person, like a regular person who hasn't got crazy capital to deploy. This is like actually like meaningful. And I'm like, when was the point where you're like, let's take a step back? And I'm like, let's like figure this out. I don't really get it. But like I'm very, you know, I don't know, I try to be quite risk off. So yeah, 100%. That's exactly BV. That's exactly what I said earlier, right? Like $100 of risk, $100 of risk, one top step account. If you're a normal person that doesn't have, I know you have, you know, you're a pretty well off guy. But if you're a normal everyday person and you're just trying to get ahead in life and you just want to, you know, change your life circumstance, like get good at the skill first, get the one account, trade it consistently, be consistent with it, and then scale up when you're consistent. That's what I was saying. I just think that that's the best way for everyone to approach this, because you can get into the crazy sim farming, crazy stuff down the line. You don't have to do that off the rip. You shouldn't do that off the rip. It doesn't even make any sense to do that off the rip.
Yeah, he's smoking gas and he got him high.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm gonna
mute you. Hell yeah.
I know this.
Hell yeah, bro. He's going crazy. He's at the casino right now, bro. He's going crazy right now. Hell yeah, brother. We're vibing. But yeah, no, like I think that like, yeah, I don't really get the whole like gambling top step accounts thing.
You only use top step or no?
I have Tradeify accounts and I have Apex accounts, but I mean I don't really like meaningfully trade them. I mean I have my Tradeify account, but that's consistency rule wise so fucking busted because I made like
Apex? I don't know why you use Apex.
I don't trade with them. I just have the accounts. I have 300K.
Do they expire if you don't trade on them for too long or what?
I
Also, do you have like
I trade 1 micro every month to keep the account alive.
if you're alive, do you use a TradeSync or do you like manually enter
I use TradeSync.
Okay.
Yeah, it's spends like $120 a month right now for that.
Cool.
It's just a business expense, right? You need it.
Sure. What are some things you could? I was talking about the LLC with you. What are some things you could write off besides like the monitor, trading view?
This is my take, and I get this question a lot. And make the money first. Like everyone, like my wife's friend wants to get into trading, and his first question was,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like have you made? Like, I'll just ask transparently. Like, have you made good money this year trading? Like, is it an actual question?
Around 30.
Yeah. Like, I would worry about making. Like, you can write off a little bit. Like, your tax implications on 30K must be like absolutely like barely.
No, you can't. Nah, they say it's not worth it at 30K.
Yeah, that's
but
what
I want to be educated.
You're saying you want to be educated when you're ready. I mean, honestly, man. I mean, I have a training in accounting, but I would just consult a tax professional, like who's got expertise in that before like asking fucking scary bald guy on the internet for tax advice. Like, it's just I can't give you. I mean, also that is a gray area where I'm like, I actually just probably like I'll talk about it behind. I can't put that out there because I don't want people to do what. I want you to you should consult a real accountant, like someone who's actually like experienced in the field. Yeah. Exactly, right? Like local professional. Like I know tax law from New Zealand. I studied in New Zealand. I'm from New Zealand. I know a lot of tax law there.
Wait, how do you find somebody like?
You just Google it. Just Google.
So everyone just Google some shit off the internet.
Just Google like where do you live? Don't have to tell me exactly, but like like I don't know. Let's say you live in Texas. Go Google wherever you are in Texas. Google tax professionals. And then like call them, and then this is the best thing, is like call them and ask them, do you have someone who has experience or know another accountant who specializes in, financial, trading or like, that kind of thing, crypto, whatever, like who specializes in whatever. You want to find someone who specializes in has worked with a lot of clients who are doing what you're doing, because they'll have more, because like not every accountant every accountant is created equal for every business. There's going to be people who know way more about certain industries, so you want to try and find those people. But also, like, I think most people aren't at that point where they should even worry. One of my wife's close friends wanted to learn to trade, and we were talking at a night, and he's talking to me about tax. I'm like, bro, you haven't even fucking bought an account with TopStep, and you're asking me about tax? I'm like, what the fuck? Just focus on making the money, getting good. It's like everyone's so focused on everything that isn't the skill. Just get good at the skill. Once you've got the point where you've got the money, and you've started to print, then go, cool. Like, how are we gonna manage our tax burden and our tax implications?
I'm mostly just trading, and I like to read a lot, so
do a lot of reading.
So I was trying to read on taxes and shit.
I just don't think it's something that most people should should worry about. Also, like, I mean, I got the crypto guys I was telling you about, like a lot of the guys who I do the watches stuff through, who I like met when I made all my money in crypto. Like a lot of those guys, they just put me in contact with, and I'll put people in contact with the guys overseas. But also, it's a bit different for me because I don't take money out of my trading for my personal life. Like it's just sitting there. Like it's not like I'm deploying capital to pay for my lifestyle or anything. So yeah, it's a bit different. So if I had to take personal income tax, like if I took personal funds out, I think I know I would have to pay some tax on it. But there's like a lot. Like, the problem is like don't ask influencers, because influencers will 100, like including myself, and on some level, like I mean I can write everything off that I post. Like dinner I spent a couple nights ago, I can write that off theoretically. If I make some content on it, I could theoretically maybe write that off. So like they're linking their trading business and their content business and writing everything they do off against their actual like a lot of the time you can do that. Like you're not going to get all of it off. You're not going to get like 100% tax break on everything you do, saying everything you do is marketing, because that's not the case. But you don't. These are probably not the people you should ask. People on the internet, you probably should go, like we said, and actually consult a real accountant who can give you meaningful advice when you're at that stage where it even matters.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of degenerate shit you can do with social media with accounting. So like asking those people, they probably can't even answer your question, because they're not even they're not doing the same thing. They've got other shit that they can do.
Gotcha.
I'll give you guys like theoretically I could, like I'm not saying I'm doing this, I'm just saying that I could. Like I'm picking up BV knows what this. I'm picking up a anniversary rose gold day date in about 4 days from the AD. It costs about $50K. I could theoretically make content about that and then say that led to something happening in my business that made me money, and then I could write that off as marketing. Like there's people doing shit like that in the space that you theoretically could do that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that that's why you shouldn't ask these people, because they're not.
Yeah, I know people that do that shit with cars.
Yeah. Like, I mean, because you can be like, hey, look, I bought a Huracan, like a Lambo Huracan, and you can show in your, whatever course I don't have anything like where I advertise it or anything. Like there's mentorship, but I don't advertise it outwardly. Like, but you can be like, hey, I made an extra $150,000, $200,000, like 2 days after I bought this car and made content about it. You're like, this is marketing, and you can show your tax professional, and they'll be like, oh, that car just paid for itself. That completely got written off because it's marketing. You made money from it, like directly related to the business, and you'd be like, yeah. That is, you don't think people, if you guys are naive to think that a lot of these guys aren't doing that, I would very, very reconsider your positions on that stuff. Yeah, man. Should BV start making content. Hell yeah. Just write it off. Just like get a shell company to buy a whole lot of mentorship and quotation mark from you, and then and then be able to show them. That's some tax fraud. There you go. There's some free tax fraud tips to you. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. I'm just kidding. But yeah, like there's a lot of people doing really crazy shit. Like a lot of these guys, man, in the space. If you're looking at like generic influencers and stuff, like, you know, a lot of the stuff that they do, you know, it's like if you're buying a lot of this lifestyle-y stuff, you know, and I'll just tell you my experience, right? Like you guys know, I mean, over Christmas I posted quite a lot of like lifestyle stuff on my story, and I'm like, people react way more to that. And my lifestyle is like cool, I suppose. I went out to a lot of nice dinners and, you know, I've done some cool shit. But it's like, you know, my lifestyle isn't that crazy, like in comparison to a lot of people on the internet. And, you know, I posted some nice watches, but people react to that way more than like me giving them source on trading. Like I get way more, like people like that stuff. And you got to think about it like from a business perspective of a lot of these bigger guys. I mean, as I said, I don't have like an offer where I'm like advertising it outwardly. Like there's, if people message me, I'm like, yeah, like I have a mentorship and stuff. But if you have an offer where you can, you know, go and buy, like I'll tell you guys, I heard from someone and I saw a screenshot that when TGR bought his Koenigsegg, he made $4 million in 48 hours.
Bro, what?
Yeah.
What?
Because think about how much mentorship goes. Think about how much interest there is on his page. Think about all that. Think about how much scale he has. These guys, a lot of the time, they're just buying the shit. Why do you think everyone just keeps buying stuff? Like, you don't need all the shit that these people buy. Like, really. Like once you really have, like, the reason they do it is marketing. And they just make so much money on the back end. Because I was talking to one of these guys that helped scale, you know, pages. I was chatting to him, nothing to do with my page, but we were just chatting, and he was showing me a screenshot. So, yeah. It is what it is. You just got to think about everything. Like, what are these people selling you? You know, like what are people actually putting in front of you, and like why are you consuming this content? Like, what is it actually doing? Like, what's their intention with that? I think a lot of the time. But this is like a very deep discussion I could go into about like the space and just influences and content and everything. And that transcends trading. That's every industry. Like a lot of this lifestyle stuff I don't understand. Like I get it from like a business perspective and I understand it, but we could go on, we could have a real conversation about that because I have real big problems with that, especially in the trading space. And that's why I'm pretty honest. I try to be honest where I'm like, my lifestyle that you guys see, I mean, like me when I fucking spent $45,000 in November going to the Caribbean and took the yacht out for 2 weeks sailing around day trading. None of that was from day trading. I'll be transparent about it. I don't care. Like, it's not from day trading. I did not spend any of my day trading money to go on that vacation. In all my watch collection, almost 200,000 now, that $250,000 watch collection, not from trading. It's from buying and selling watches, it's from other businesses, from real estate, it's from other stuff that we have going, like that trip that I told you. I'm not trying to flex, just trying to be transparent with you guys. All that stuff is not from trading. My trading is insulated. It is supposed to be being built out over the next couple of years. But the thing is, like, a lot of these people are making an insane amount of money from info, from selling courses, from affiliate codes, from all this shit. They're making absolutely insane money. You guys would not comprehend how much money a lot of these people are making. Like, I've heard anecdotally that TGI makes about $2 million a month right now from courses and from info. And then you guys are like, nah, but this is definitely from trading. It's just not. The lifestyle is definitely possible to get there. It's definitely possible to start making a whole lot of money and getting crazy with it and having crazy lifestyles from trading and that stuff like that. But you just need to realize that if they've got a social media presence, to just be careful of like what they're putting out there. And like to be like, to understand where that money's actually coming from. Because if people aren't being transparent, they're like, you know, you can live this life too. It's like, can you? Like, quickly? Can you quickly live that lifestyle? Like, will that take years and years and years?
Yeah, well,
So, yeah, I just think that's just what I think, though, on the space. And I'm not trying to flex. I'm just trying to give you guys actual transparency on my life so you guys know that, you know, I'm not. My life's really good, but like, to be honest with you, it's not from trading. It's from like the ecosystem of my life. It's not like, and that's why I tell people, don't just do trading. Have your trading. So like, my life's going to get out of control in the next 5 years in terms of lifestyle, and that will be from trading. But that's because I'm going all in on trading and like a big picture kind of thing. It's like I also want to get to the point, like, again, linking back to the earlier conversation, I want to get to the point where I can live like this crazy lifestyle, but there's no chance of me losing the business. I want to be able to build it so that it's consistent. So it just kind of links back.
I never thought about that with the tax write-offs from the lifestyle.
Yeah, it's all.
I guess, like your yachting trip.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
I'll be real. Me and Nicole are doing the BVI trip again. We've already booked it. I'll send you guys a screenshot and thing. We booked it. And we booked like a crazy villa that's like $5,000 a night for 4 nights. We're making it. It's going to be even more bougie. I'm writing the entire thing off. That entire trip is going to get written off. I'll just be transparent. Like, we'll probably spend. We'll probably spend.
You're gonna put it as a business trip, right?
Yeah, like well, I'm going to be making way more content about it. I'm going to be making way more content about it, right? So I can write all of that off.
That's what I was asking you, bro, because I know it's levels, bro.
Yeah. Like,
You put in with us. I never even knew that was a thing you could write off as content, bro.
What do you mean? It's marketing. Everything that these people do is they are making money from you guys buying courses, and they're not even paying for the stuff because they're writing vast majority of it off.
Yeah, just writing that shit off.
Yeah.
Bro, us simple ass motherfuckers with no money. I never heard of that method, bro. Not gonna lie.
It's not a risk get return, bro.
But this is the problem why I really don't like a lot of info industries, is because if you're not and this is not to be rude, like, please do not take this the way that this is going to sound. If you're not like a person who's been very involved in making money and you're not actually dialed in, you don't even know what these people are doing to you. But then you're like seeing all the shit and you're like, I just want this car, or I want this watch, or I want this lifestyle, I want this PJ, I want this XYZ, I want this Bugatti. And they're not even like, you don't understand behind the veil. And then once you have someone like me who can talk to you guys, and I don't care if you if I ever did lifestyle stuff, I would just be like, yeah, this is what it's from. I don't care. I still live like that. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just my life. Like, I'm not trying to, like, I do post lifestyle stuff a little bit now, but like, if you don't see behind the veil, if you're just like a regular person, let's say you went to college and you got a normal job and you've just been chilling, and then you get into the internet money space and you have no context of how people operate, like, people are doing crazy shit, bro. People are buying, like, I heard from a guy who bought like just a basic M4, just like an M4, not even like that crazy of a car. Bought an M4 and made like $130,000 in like fucking like a week from just that
Bro,
car.
how do you gonna stay normal with that type of money? Like,
Because
I feel like you can lose yourself, bro.
But the thing is, like, I'm saying, like, he bought it. There was an influencer who bought the car, and then he had an offer, like an info offer.
No, I'm saying, like, I'm just thinking about making that type of money. Like you said, a lot of people they end up with.
But you got to realize, a lot of the people aren't even doing that well in their businesses, but they're making content around it. And to be honest with you, you could get to 10K a month right now buying M4. Like, you could probably get to the point where you're making like 10, 15, 20K a month, as long as it's like consistent. Buy that car and then make way more money. So a lot of these people are presenting this lifestyle. Yeah. Not a regular car, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not like fucking insane. Like, a lot of these people like posting Bugattis and stuff. It's not regular. But I'm just saying, like, it's not insane. Like, it is cool. I love, I love the cars. I love that shit. But like, I'm not saying it's not like absurd. Like, it's not like, I'm like, but the problem is, like, a lot of this, like, still accessible to someone making decent money. And the thing is, like, a lot of these people are buying all this shit because it brings so many eyes, their info offers pump, and they can write it all off.
And they're not even making it from trading.
It's not that they're not, like, it's like, okay, I've got a question. This is a good question for you guys, and I'm actually asking you this genuine question. If I can get people really good results trading, but I only make 30K a month from my own trading, but I can get someone good at trading, do you think that I deserve to make 100K a month from teaching people to trade? That's a genuine question. Like, that's not me. I'm just talking about let's say some random person, like let's say that's like influencer number 2 trading. Do you believe that person deserves to make 100K a month from teaching people to trade, but they only make 30K a month from their own trading, but they can actually get someone results? Do you think that? Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. Like, I think that if you've got a skill and a system that you can monetize, like, is it that bad? The problem that, in my opinion, where the gray line is when people say that the lifestyle they get from info is from trading. That is where the disconnect for me is, because it's gross, bro. You are literally selling people straight up bullshit. Like, it's okay if you make a whole lot of money from info. There's absolutely nothing wrong from that. A lot of people make a lot of money from selling product, stuff like me talking to you guys about trading or whatever. I mean, I don't have an outward offer. Like, you guys can do mentorship if you want, but that's more so if people ask me. I'm not going to go and be like, hey, do you want to do mentorship? Like, oh, I got 2 spots left in my mentorship. It's like, no. Like, if people message me, I'll be like, yeah, sure.
That Brett Scale dude does that shit, because he goes buying cars and shit.
Yeah, but like, you got to look at it. Just got to remember, everything that anyone puts out there on the internet, it's all optics. People, you are seeing what they want you to see. And there's a lot of people who have absolutely no morals and will just lie about literally everything. And then, yeah.
But it's a lot of shit like this going on in the trading.
Bro, literally. Like fucking Raleigh Baba.
I saw that shit. Yeah. I saw that shit. He's only making like, but he does make money trading, right?
Yeah, he does.
But
Fucking live. I've seen him post one trade on that shit. We're never posted again about his live account that he opened.
Bro, you guys want to see the guy who's really moving different in the Discord? It's fucking BV. He's really moving different. BV is moving different. A couple of nights ago, I was like, holy shit. Yeah, he's a G. He's got some crazy shit. I really hope you get that squared, bro. That squared G-Wang would be fucking crazy. When you were sending it, when we were talking about it a couple of nights ago, he's moving different.
Yeah, I'm not sure who asked earlier. I think he might have missed what he meant. I think it was Benny. He was saying like once you make money, how do you not like get to the point where you're like wanting to do like your mental gets fucked up and like you start doing like drugs and shit just like all.
I just like that.
How do you not get crazy? I think it's about having.
I feel like it's the foundation you build yourself on. Like your morals.
I mean, I can't talk about this because there was periods. I've never been like crazy, but there's been periods where I've definitely like, and there are periods even now. Like, I don't mind being transparent about it because it's just life, and I think that it's naive to think that like during summer, I will have a lot of fun. Like I go, like you can see even this year, I take a big step back from trading, and I just like contrast. So for me, I like balance. I don't want to never have any fun ever. I just want to go like when I'm having fun, I'm having fun. And then when I'm not having fun and trading and working, I'm working. Like yesterday, I worked 18 hours. Literally. Like from 6:30 in the morning until 1.
I didn't know people were still depressed and like have like issues after getting money. I think it's because you can't be happy.
Money is not going to make you happy. Just to make this very clear, and I'm telling you, money is not going to make you happy. It's like that is genuinely true. It's going to make you have experiences and things, and you're going to be able to buy shit and do stuff, but that's not going to make you fundamentally happy as a person. That's just like a fact. Like it's definitely going to make you have more experiences and be able to do cool stuff, and it might make you temporarily happy in a lot of ways. But if you're a cooked person, or like honestly, like if you've got like a lot of issues, like you don't fix those issues at the root, the money's not going to do anything. If anything, it's actually going to make them a lot worse.
That's what I meant, and I think that's why before you get the money, you need to be like, you should be happy even without it. That's
because
like, do you happy without the money or even
because if you have no money and you're like a normal person, everyone likes you because you actually are just you're just a person. You're just no offense.
You get the money.
And then once the moment, if you're a depressed person who has like maybe issues around something, like you guys, like you look at like guys, insecure men who make a lot of money, they just become even more insecure. You look at like men who are really insecure. Yeah, that's real shit. If me and Nicole ever break up, like she met me when I wasn't broke, but I was not in anywhere close to where I'm at. If me and Nicole ever break up, I've already said to her, I'm not ever probably going to find anyone else. Because it was a fucking shit show when I had money. Holy fuck, dude. It was dealing with women, and this is no slight. It was just, it's not even the women, it's not even the girls. It's actually just your brain starts to look at everything. If you're an analytical person, you start to look at everything in a different way. And there are just people who are out there who do just want to use you for money, but that's men as well. Also, men will start to treat you like that's not a gender thing. Like if you start to make a lot of money and you start to have a lot of money, men are actually sometimes worse, where they like want to be your friends, want to like you don't know why anyone's really around you.
In the chat.
Huh? Like it's not just women, it's just people. Like it's just one of those things when you have, and I've never had really really insane money. I've had good money, like pretty crazy money, like in terms of liquid, yeah. But I'm like, I presume it just gets worse and worse. But I think that's why you build your circle before you make the money. Like that's why I'm pretty locked in with Nicole, because I'm like I don't want to try and find. Also, this generation's fucked. I'm just like good. Like I'm men and women, just people are fucked. I'm just not interested in dating. I always say, bro, if me and Nicole break up, I'm moving to a monastery and I'm becoming a monk gonna be the day trading monk. So I ain't fucking
But-
dealing with these motherfuckers.
I did feel that way. I've come around a little bit in that thinking, your ability to make money to some degree does. I know money doesn't determine your worth, but part of your value as a man is to be able to provide. So it is the part of who you are is the person who is able to make the money, even if the money isn't you. Sometimes you outgrow your circle. And
I personally think, and this is my analysis of my dating and of my like I'm a bit older than you guys. I'm 32, and I can give you my analysis of what I think is. I don't think that women care about if you have money. I think women care about if you're signaling that you will eventually have money. You don't have to be able to provide a fucking G-Wagon and a Birkin bag in the first fucking couple years of your career of being a dude. You have to be able to go, hey, I'm working on my shit. Like, I'm working towards getting stuff. I'm actually working on something. I'm putting in work. That's my analysis of most women I've dealt with. I've also dealt with people who are just straight up like, yeah, they just want, like, there's a girl who I still talk to, not in that way, but we still talk, and she's just straight, but she's very transparent. She's like, I just want to date someone with money, like, straight up. But I think that most women just want to see a guy who's working hard towards his goals, guys. Like, that's really it. If you're working hard and putting in the stuff, this is my analysis from the last 10 years. I mean, I've had girlfriends off and on. I've had long-term relationships. I've had casual relationships. I'm like married now. I've had a 7-year relationship. I've had this relationship it's like 3 years. I've like had a long, quite a lot of experience on that. That's my stuff. It's like women just want to see someone's working towards getting ahead, not just like they have money. I think a lot of people think, they have money. I don't know.
That's what I was saying. I was saying that the type of person who can make the money is what's attractive so than having the money in the first place.
Exactly. And I think that's what it is. I think that a lot of men, I think like this is why I don't really subscribe to the whole Tate shit and a lot of like the industry. I think it's just really like,
He does bullshit.
He talks a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of stuff I agree with him, but there's some stuff I'm like, it's just literally not my experience. And maybe he's just at a completely different level and maybe he's been burnt. But I mean, I've been burnt by some cooked shit as well, but I'm not like, that doesn't mean I just label, okay, all of this gender's bad. Or like, cause I'm like, I could do that with men as well. I just think it's like a very like, it doesn't have a lot of nuance to it where it's like, I just don't think that that's the reality of the world. And I think also like, I also think that you find the girls that you're looking for. Like if you go and look for people who want like money and that stuff, like if you find a nice girl who just wants to like build a life with you and she's chilling and she's like, you can read that. That's like, it's pretty fucking obvious. Like it's like, there's certain places that just like, like it's pretty obvious. I don't think it's really like that. I think people are pretty...
But Hammers, do you think it would be some like freak, like not freak, like some weird shit to like, what if you already had money, but like if you meet a girl and you purposely hide your wealth to see how, like, if she's like a real one? Is that like weird?
I think it's a little bit like.
Is that smart? Like, what that mean?
Different, man. I mean, I'm
hiding your wealth.
I'm very different. Like when I'm financially stable, like there's been periods where I haven't been able to do that, but when I'm financially stable, I just pay for. If there's a girl around me,
I meant like hiding in like a crazy wealth, like you have like Lambos and shit. Like, you could pay for on a fucking date, obviously. Like even if you're broke, I'd pay for like.
Like I don't know, man. What do you think of that? It's one of those things where I'm like, you can generally tell. Like I knew with Nicole, but she also met me at a fucked up time, so. And also, I know she likes money. I know she likes money baseline because she wants a good life. But like, I'm not like you only.
It's fine, yeah.
But you should want a person to be with you that's driven, that wants a good life, right? Like, imagine if you're a really ambitious guy, like you're on this call, right, wanting to get ahead, and you're dating someone who just doesn't care. Like that's not going to work.
Yeah, but like, don't you think it's subconsciously, like if you just meet a woman, even if she says she doesn't care about money, if she just sees your land, it's going to subconsciously affect her. You know what I'm saying? If you like. Too much motion. I feel like you should hide that shit for a bit if you really got motion. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't think it's that deep. I personally think you can generally tell. Like you can't fake a connection. Well, you can, but it's just like you also can't. Also, there's so many ways to protect yourself. Like I've given it. I mean, I'll be transparent. Like there's an agreement with me and Nicole. She has equity in my trading. I gave it to her.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because I'm like, you help support me.
She helps you. She actually helps you.
Yeah, she supports me in so many different ways. I think a lot of men are like, oh, she wants her money, but like, yeah, but she's helped you. The most fucked up thing in the world, in my opinion.
It's not black and white, bro. It's not black and white.
The worst thing I think is the most fucked up thing is when you actually have a girl who's actually supporting you and helping you, and that you're building this business together, and you don't actually do that because it's like she's been in the trenches, bro. Like that person's in the trenches. Like why does she not deserve to have some security from that. You know, like I
People
think
just try to make
I just
it
don't
black
think
and
I just
white,
don't think
yeah.
this is deep, and I just don't think it's as deep as a lot of people make it out to be. But I also haven't been burnt by it. A lot of guys have been fucked. Like I hear stories, crazy stories of people like getting absolutely rinsed. And there's really no way to know once you already have money. That's what I was saying earlier. There's no way to know when you're really wealthy why the people are there. There's no real actual way to know. But I think that's why a lot of people get really lonely. You know, there's no real way to know. You just have to kind of.
You have your
Yeah,
intuition.
you won't
but-
know until it's too late. But that's why a lot of guys and people, they just become very closed off. Because I'll give you guys an experience that I've had recently. I mean, just like let's talk about men. I went to a trading convention here in Vancouver. It's not a convention; it was just a meetup with a couple people. And the amount of people who have just like they can obviously see that I was talking about my watch stuff, buying stuff. Like they're like, this guy's doing quite well. Like everyone there was just really interested in like connecting after that. And I'm like, would you want to? You probably wouldn't want to connect with me if you couldn't see the clear writing on the wall. You probably wouldn't want to connect with me, right? Like, but like it's like I'm not gonna like be a dick about it and be stupid about it and be like, oh, these people they don't care about like being my friend because I'm in a certain situation. Because on some level, people are always going to judge you based on your actual based on what you do. Like if you're a successful person, people are going to want to be around you. Or if you're a person who's doing well or just doing decently, people want to be around people who are doing well. Like what? Like, do you guys want to be around? Like, no offense, do you guys want to be around people who are just fucking not doing anything and not trying at all?
Fuck no.
Exactly, right? So it's like you can't really be like, oh man, this girl, rah, rah, rah. It's like you're the same shit. You're the same thing. It's just when it just becomes a problem when it's like it's the only reason. It's like the only reason they want to talk to you. Is because of that. But I don't know. I don't really deal with this because I don't really have a lot of friends. Just being honest, I have like 3 friends, and they're like really close friends. From like my best friend Aaron, I've known for 10 years. The girl that I posted on my story today, that's Anne. I've known her for 8 years, and then Soph, that's Aaron's ex, my first best friend, and I've known her for like 4 years. So like, and then Nicole. All those people I've known for like 3, 4, 5 years. So. Like plus, so I just don't really try to befriend people on meaningful levels. I more befriend people on the internet nowadays. So, yeah, I don't know. I just keep to myself. Just want to build my own little life, you know. I think that's what most people should want to do. But it is hard. Dating is hard. That is one thing I'll say. I would be way farther ahead in life, but that's nothing. If I had picked partners better, I will say that. Just in my early 20s, that is the one thing I will say is picking the right partner, but I think that's with men and women, right? Like if you're a guy or a girl, picking the right partner is so important. Like having the right person around you, men or husband or wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is. It's important because that will fuck you. You will get if you pick the wrong person. Like I had that happen in my 20s with my first girlfriend, was just basically a fucking loser. Like to be honest, and she just would stop me from trying to get ahead. Like she clearly didn't want to go where I was trying to go. And then it just slowed everything down. She's had different priorities, and I'm like trying to I'm out here doing different things, not with trading, but with other businesses, like with my accounting stuff. I was like doing side businesses. I was like really trying to get ahead of my real estate at the time, like but trying to scale out and buy more places. And she just wasn't interested.
The market is closed.
The market is closed.
I mean that makes sense. I think, like my girlfriend now, like I met her, I was skating and I had a white shirt with dirt on it, so she wasn't motivated for the money, but I don't think she'd still be here if she didn't see the potential.
Yeah.
So it's like a bit of both. But like, yeah, it's the potential, I think.
I think it's the potential. I really think that most people date potential, right? Because you know, I mean, let's be real. Most people don't have access.
Nobody want to date a bum, so.
That's not true. I really disagree, bro. I know some bums who have fucking insanely hot girlfriends. Like that's just not true. Like I just think it's just
not a person with no ambition.
Yeah. I mean,
No ambition.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you from personal experience. I dealt with you guys would be able to figure out who it is, but like, yeah, my best friend just lost his girlfriend because he basically just. The girl's just like you're literally like doing quite well, but you're not trying to actually check. Like you're just making like 110K a year, not trying to actually build a life. And like it's pretty obvious right now. Like working a normal job and just sticking to just that, like that's not. It's very, 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 very difficult to build a stable life off a normal job in 2026. Like I would say impossible. Not impossible, but it's just you have to have a very high end job to be able to do that. Like where you can buy a house, be going on vacation, regularly investing, regularly saving, living a good lifestyle on a day to day. That's hard to do with a normal job. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's hard to have like a decent like I'll give you guys context. My mum was a teacher, a solo mum. My mum and dad divorced. She was a solo mum, and then they both ended up passing away. But like she was a solo mum, and she ended up buying a house with fucking like 28 as a solo mum as a teacher. Who the fuck is doing that now? That is ridiculous. That's crazy to think about. You know, like especially in a good place like Vancouver or where I'm from, that's really, really hard to do. So we're just living in a different time where you have to take more risk. Because in my opinion, the biggest risk is not taking any risk right now. Because you're just going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck in this weird like limbo of like you're not really getting ahead in any capacity. Whereas with our parents and our grandparents' generations, you could get ahead. Yeah, unless you're a software developer, unless you're working like a good job, like unless you're like a lawyer, like high finance, consulting, stuff like this, like you can get ahead in that stuff, right? There is also niche
jobs just to get by, bro.
Yeah, like if you're just like a regular person, like I would actually say trades is also probably another job you can get ahead in. I think if you're smart, but even then you're probably going to end up scaling into your own business. Like if you do like a trade, like you're like an electrician or a plumber, like you're probably going to eventually start your own business in that space. So it's like you're always going to end up in that kind of thing. I actually think. This is a hot take. I actually think trades is a really fucking good way to make money because it's an evergreen product. Everyone always needs it. It's like I actually think that like I wished I could go back and got into trades in my early 20s. I think it would have been a way better.
A lot of people trying to escape their jobs too.
Yeah, but that's because they're not trying to escape their jobs.
Yeah, like you said, you don't want to sell a fake lifestyle, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's not that it's fake. I just don't want people to have context behind where it comes from, so people will like know that it's not like a singular income source. It's not like a singular thing. Even like just to be straight up with you, like Nicole makes about $20,000 a month. She makes really good money. She's not broke, so like she pays for a lot of our bills. And
how much?
She makes about $20K before tax. She makes about $200K. She works in sales.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah, bro, right now I'm basically a sugar baby. No, I'm kidding. I'm just not. I'm not. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But she's just like really well. Like, also, I wouldn't date someone who is not. Like I said to her, I was like, because she'll eventually stop working. I know she doesn't want to. She's always wanting to do stuff. Like she's a driven person. I couldn't date someone who's not on some level driven.
Like, you got any kids yet or not?
Nah, fuck no. We don't want because we just want to run up a bag and go and have fun. The fuck. Like, we just want to get rich. Like our goals, literally, are like, well, we're doing it this year. We're freezing her eggs, and then we're gonna go and fucking travel for like 5 years straight. Like we're just gonna go travel. Like we don't want to have kids right now. We're both pretty. I mean, you guys can probably like we're both like pretty. Not immature is not the right word. We're just not very responsible. We don't want to be responsible for a fucking kid, bro. That's a big choice. Like that's a big choice in life. It's. I want to.
Wait, can you unfreeze them? Are you ever gonna?
Yeah, we might.
Are you guys like?
We might do it, but also like, I don't want to have kids until I said to Nicole, I don't want to have kids, and it's just one of those things. I'm just not ready for that phase of my life. But also, I'm like I've talked to Nicole about it, where I'm like, maybe me having kids would be a good thing. It'd probably make me go really hard, like with work. You know, because it motivates you. I mean, I'm not sure. I know at least one person here has children.
I mean, you want to leave your legacy behind and shit, so.
I'll leave my legacy right in my own way. Like it's kind of what I said to you earlier.
Or I don't know.
Yeah, for me, it's one of those things where I'm like, unless I'm extremely fucking successful in my life, everyone's gonna forget me in like 3 generations anyway. I'm not gonna have a legacy unless I'm like fucking Alexander the Great or fucking Jeff Bezos. Everyone's gonna forget you. So it's like contextualizing your life for like being remembered is ridiculous unless you're doing like crazy shit, like you're a historical figure or something. Because you're eventually going to be forgotten. Even like Jeff Bezos. Like we think of him or like fucking Elon Musk. These guys are probably going to be forgotten. Maybe not forgotten completely. But like that's probably a bad example. But a lot of these like mid-level, like, like Iman Gadzhi, right? Like very fucking famous right now in like the space. he probably won't be remembered in like 100, 200 years. No one will know who that is. So, like, why the fuck would you live your life on legacy? Because you're not going to get remembered anyway. So why do you... Like, it's like the whole thing and the argument of why people, like, are scared to post... You're scared to pick up a camera and post content when no one's going to remember you after you die? Who the fuck cares? No one's going to remember you. Why do any of these people matter anyway? Just do things. Just do shit. No one's going to remember you anyway. So, and that's, like... It's a very grim way of thinking, but it's also very freeing. It's very like, oh, I'm not going to be remembered by probably anyone over a really, really high time frame. Let's say like 100, 200 years. No one, like a couple generations. But also it's like a really freeing thing where you're like, I can just do whatever I want. None of this fucking matters. I can just do shit. I can just make money. I can do whatever I want. That's my thought on this stuff. But it's a little bit.
Well, Hamish, if you had, let's say in the future you had kids, would you spoil them, or like, what do you think? Because there's the whole take of like, if you
my boys
had a lot of money, then like, what's fun in it if you always had a lot of money?
My boys, I would be so fucking ruthless with, because I was raised by women, and it was the worst. Not in a bad way. It just made me a bit softer. It made me a little bit like a bit of a lack of it. It's just like having no male influence in my life really made me a little like in my 20s. I just was a bit of a pussy, to be honest. And I was very soft with certain situations, and I just didn't have a lot of masculine influence. And I think that having more I would just be quite not savage, but I would be very like strict. But with girls, I don't know. I just want all girls. I don't want to deal with fucking teenage boys jerking off into socks, bro. I'll fucking kill myself. I'll fucking crash out, bro. I'll crash out. But I feel like girls will be as gross as well. I'm going to Tampa. I'm going to Tampa in July. BV. I'm excited. Is it nice? I've never been to Florida before, apart from the stopover when we went to the Caribbean.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I went to Miami and all I saw was BBLs, bro. That's it.
No, it's amazing, bro. Florida, Miami. I don't know where you went to Miami. I went to Miami too.
It was just a stopover. It was just a stopover.
I was like Fort Lauderdale or something. The beaches and like the fucking area was just so nice.
That's kids stressing me out. Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. Like the kids add an element of stress that I don't want to put into my businesses right now. I want to build first, and also like I'm just being transparent. Like I mean, like I'm a guy. I can probably have kids forever. So it's like for me, I'm chilling perfectly. Like I'm fine, and I'm like also like aware enough where I'm like, yeah, me and Nicole are really good right now, but I'm not like jaded, but I am like aware of statistics and math, and I'm like, things happen in life. I don't know where things are going to go with me and Nicole. Things are. You
don't want to become a statistic, bro. You said this yourself.
Yeah, but I'm like, I work really hard on me and Nicole's relationship, like, but like I don't know where things are going to go. You never know. We might just not be right for each other on a high time frame. We might change as people. Who knows? So for me, I don't mind. I'm just kind of like chilling. Kids for me are not a big make or break. But kids being
I just laugh. You're talking about your marriage or relationship on a higher time frame. So everything's great.
Everything's on a high time. I think about everything on a high time frame, bro. Everything I think about in long term. I just I invest in everything and everyone on a high time frame where I don't invest. Like trading, content, like the content stuff. I'll be still doing this in 5 years. Like everything. If I started, I'm doing it for at least. I said this earlier in the conversation. It's like 5 years. Everything I at least give 5 years. Because I'm like, you can't really know if you're good at something or if something's going to work out unless you give it 5 years. Like, I gave my first girlfriend like 7, and that was the biggest mistake. I should have cut that shit off at like year 4, year 5, where I was like, this is just a fucking like shit show, like absolute shit show. And like that's the problem is like that high time frame, long term thinking is really good, but when you don't have a good, I have blind spots where I'm like sometimes I just don't think short term at all, and then it's just like I have these blind spots where I'm like, oh, like I could probably like make these pivots that would be better for me. So that's just a blind spot of my own, you know.
Good, bro.
I'm always trying to. I don't mind talking about my relationship. I don't mind talking about my whole life. I love talking to you, about trading and life and everything. I don't mind talking about anything. Super.
Yeah, fucking kids, yeah.
Fuck them kids, yeah. No. Right now, fuck them kids. Right now. I just also want Nicole to have the experience I had in 2022. Like, I want her to have the position where she could just literally do whatever she wants. Like where I would go, like you guys go out to go and get like McDonald's or go down the street. There was a day where I wanted to go to Italy and I booked the ticket the same day and flew out the same day and went for 3 days and came back. Like, I want that life for her. I don't want her to have that without kids or anything. I just want her to have fun for like at least a year. So I'm like, I just wanted her to be able to do that and getting to that point from trading and everything. So like getting to that point where we can live like that, and that would just be a couple more years, I think, if not longer, to be honest.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go pay my rent.
Excuse me.
I said I'll be back. I'm gonna go pay my rent. So I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Probably.
Talk soon, bro. But yeah, good chats today, guys. I enjoyed that.
Right. I'm going to create a like motivating girl. Like my girlfriend, she was the one that talked sense to me when I was like not having a good time in the beginning. Like don't expect like millions of dollars the first year. Like just be patient, trust the process. Because she's like thinking long term for me, like keeping me in check a bit. So she's actually been pretty helpful for me in this journey.
Yeah.
Whereas
That's good.
any
That's
other
sick.
person, like I learned, just don't talk about it with my friends because they think if you don't make money at first, you're not going to make money at all, and they don't see it like a skill.
That's all God, bro.
To be looked at. So
Yeah. No, I think Mike. I think on my, if you go look through my Q&A, my Q&A little highlight, I think I said the same thing. Like my biggest motivation is Nicole, 100%. I think most people are. Like, you get motivated by it. She's definitely been a big supporter of me. Now that
Your only motivation's your fucking own life, bro. Like,
Yeah,
you're just gonna convince yourself. You're gonna convince yourself. Oh, never mind. Actually, I don't really lame. I'm chilling, playing fucking Fortnite, bro. You gotta have another motivation. Other people.
If I was single right now, I would go to Thailand and not try and skate.
Exactly. What's the point? You could live off.
Just go live off
You gotta
in
have motivation. Other people.
Thailand and live like a king. Give me 2 seconds, go. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I had to use the washroom. Yeah, nah, definitely. I think if I was solo, single, I would be in Thailand right now, 100%.
Bro, Thailand's so crazy. I'm like gonna cry tears of joy when I finally get to go there, bro.
Me and Nicole lived there for 6 months last year.
It's amazing, right? Or what would you say?
It's just dirt cheap, bro. Like, it's actually just
It's
retarded.
in like the nature and shit, though. Like,
Yeah.
You
No,
go out and explore that, or you guys are sitting in the city because like bro, nature's insane there.
We went to Koh Samui. We went to a whole lot of places. And yeah, I was kind of a little. I'll be real. Like, I was a little tilted. I was like not really in the. She wasn't working because I had just lost my Forex funding. We moved. The only reason we moved there.
It's hard to enjoy shit like that.
Yeah, so I just lost my Forex funding, and I was literally moved. We moved to Thailand, and within 2 weeks, I lost $1.3 million in funding because of the before the regulation came in. The regulation came into CFD firms. The funded trader got shut down. Nova funding got shut down, and then the other prop firm that I was working with, and I had max allocation with all of them. And I was just trading high time frame, and I've showed you the strategy, right? I was just like taking these really long time frame and high time frame trades, and then unfortunately, like, I lost the funding, and like I had a good thing going. I was owed like $28,000 in payouts from them and shit, and I had to basically. I got there. We were getting settled in. We had our like 2-bedroom cute, like, not penthouse but like high rise apartment, and we were just chilling. We're having a good time, and then I was like, okay, cool. Now I had to like go and learn to trade low time frames and learn futures. And that's basically what happened. And then it basically for like 3-4 months, I was just like figuring it out. I got funded quite quickly, and I ended up getting like a small payout, but then I ended up just blowing it. I had no idea. Like, I was just fucking doing shit, bro. It was a shit show. It was a shit show. So for me, I didn't get to experience Thailand too well. It was fun. I still had it. We had also, like, it was so cheap. You could, like, if you're a guy who's like you guys probably see from my story and stuff, like, I like to have fun. I like to go out. If you're in that environment, bro, holy shit, you can go out. Like, me and Nicole would go out, and we would spend, like, we would day drink all day. We would go out at night. We would go to like clubs. We would have fun. We would go out for dinner. We would like do crazy shit, and it would cost us like $100, like $200 for the whole night for 2 people, and to go to like nice places as well. Like, it's just so cheap. It's just so cheap to live there, and like you can get like an insanely bougie apartment, like something that would cost here 3,000-4,000. Okay, that's not bougie, but like 4,000 a month would cost you like 1,000. Like we were paying 1,000 a month, and it was like the equivalent of like what you guys see on the cringe fucking Miami Courcella high-rise penthouse bullshit. Like really, really nice. Like really, really, really nice like apartment. And then like now we live here, and our mortgage on our place is $2,000, and it's not a nice apartment. It's fine. It's like a 1.5 bedroom decent apartment we live in. It's chill, but it's not.
Do people speak English in Thai?
Yeah. It's really
a lot?
nice. Yeah. No, definitely.
That's fine.
We had no. Well, their main thing, bro, is tourism. Realistically, so they like, especially when you're in those kind of environments, so like tourism's like a big thing, and like foreign money. Like, let's be real. We all know the Thailand. What everyone. Like people go there to live cheap, but like the thing is they have if they have so much money, foreign money, so they have to learn English because there's just so many foreigners.
Are the ladyboys plentiful?
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
Let's fucking go.
You're cooked, right? Dude, it was so funny. You go to like the walking streets and shit, which is like where they all are. And they're just like normal streets. And they'll just harass the fuck out of you. They'd always be like, "Oh, big boy," to me, because I'm like a big guy. They were like, "Oh, big boy." So funny, bro. It's a good time, though. It's fun. It's definitely a fun time. Like, just the entire environment of Thailand is really, really good. It's really, really good.
I don't know why the transgenders don't get their surgery in Thailand. They're doing something right over there.
Yeah.
No, they don't do any in Thai. They just let it hang, bro.
Fuck, you're funny, dude. Honestly. Oh, God, you cracked me up. That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, no. Thailand is 100% the thing I think that most people should do. I think if people, and this is like the hottest take, Thailand or Bali, if you guys are wanting to go full-time trading, that's actually what you should do, is leave. You can't do
it. Bald shit.
It's shit, but it's cheap. And we don't care about any. If you guys are solo dudes, or dudes with like, maybe like you have a girlfriend and she's just like chill, like you guys can go and live in Thailand for $1,000 a month. Like it's not going to be crazy lifestyle. You're going to have good food. You can maybe go to the gym and you're going to be able to trade. You can build your lifestyle and you can build your business there on $1,000 a month. Whereas if you want a decent lifestyle in the West, like for example, like Canada or like the US, you're not paying $1,000. It's you're probably paying like 5, 6, 7. Yeah, but you're not broke, bro. I've seen the shit that you post. You're not broke. There's a difference. I'm saying when you're building, like when you're just getting started. Like if you're a person, let's say you're a regular person who has not a lot of savings and you have like 20, 30 grand and you have a trading business that's printing you like 5 to 10K a month. It's like, if you're at that point, I know everyone was once broke, but I'm just saying like, I don't know. I think it just requires a lot more sacrifice to live in North America or like the West to get ahead, personally. I'm just telling you what I think you should do. I mean, everyone has their own different opinions, and I respect people who stay. I respect people who want to do that. I just think that it's better, personally. What did you make all your money in? If you don't mind me asking, you can DM me if you don't want to. If you don't want to tell me, is it trading? Is it all trading? Marketing agency. Interesting. Is that like online or physical market, like like marketing in real life or online? It's like an online business. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. That's it. I'll look into it. It's interesting. Crazy. Because he's like, yeah, BB is doing quite well for himself. I was just curious. What made you get into trading?
I was going to type it out, but it'll probably take a while. I got into trading, honestly, because I got back into Bitcoin back in 2017, and around 2020 era, that's when everything started to go crazy, and I looked into options and things of that nature, and kind of haven't looked back. I just started futures trading last year, though.
I'm just interested. Just curious. You're one of like the people in the Discord who like does well for themselves in general. So I was like curious. I've seen the gun collection, bro. Goes crazy.
Yeah, I'm more of a car guy than a watch guy for sure. I still love my timepieces, but
Yeah. But you have an RM, right?
I love the vroom vroom.
Bro isn't a fucking RM out here. Jesus Christ.
Amherst, I can't believe you're fucking watches over cars, bro. Cars are so fucking sick.
Man, cars are sick, but I don't know. The thing I found is like the amount of money and connections I've made from my watch collection is like. I mean, I was also never.
That's a business. Yeah, watches are actually profitable.
My buddy owns an SVJ, and like he has it in Canada, like in Vancouver, and I'm like, yeah, like I've sat in it, and I'm like, yeah, this is loud. It goes fast. Vroom vroom. Like
you're not a car guy, bro.
But like I always say this,
SVJ is not like there's better cars than that, bro.
Yeah, but like I always say this, like if I had my way, like if I would like nice car, it would be like a Rolls, and I'd just be driven around. Like I would rather I don't want to fucking drive. I also don't like driving.
Well, like you're from a different country though, man. We're conditioned here in America to just love these rolling hunks of fucking metal, bro. So much. We're just so dearly attached to them.
Yeah, I do like G-Wagons. I think they're sick. We had this, so I like G-Wagons. Like I think those are sick cars. I like Uruses. I like the SUVs. I just like
Amish, you gotta get like a bouncing fucking Rolls, bro. I could see you bouncing in Rolls.
The Maybach, get a Maybach.
Maybach, yeah.
Dude, I don't think the suspension can fucking carry me around, bro. I'm kidding. I'm too big.
You just not wearing a watch.
I hate those fucking
out the window, just fucking bouncing.
With the fucking Rick Ross track of Maybach music, and it's the fucking bouncing. Fucking jeez. Every single time I see that.
LARPing. Just absolutely LARPing, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. Like, I always say, like, Nicole wants a RSQA, and like, she's a car girl. She wants cars. Like, if she would be the person who would get cars, because I just don't get it. I just don't get the hype. The only car that I like is like they just look really cool. They just look cool. It's like a lot of the Ferraris, really, like the SF90s are really cool. I really like them.
Mm-hmm.
I think they look really cool. But I don't really like them because they go fast. I just think they look cool. Like, that's it. Like,
I don't care about the speed either.
Yeah, I don't care about speed. I'm scared as fuck behind the wheel. Nicole floors it. Sometimes I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, I'm going to shit my pants.
Not too much to lose, bro.
Yeah.
You guys would hate to be in the car with me.
Yeah. I'm just
when I'm in my friend's car who like fucking drives like a retard, I'm like, bro, you better not kill me before I get a fucking other payout. What the fuck you doing, bro? Can't drive. I'm like, I have too much shit ahead of me, bro.
Yeah, I just, for me, it's like, I think if I had like my ideal, it'd be like, I probably have like a G-Wagon, SF90, and like a nice Rolls. Like, what's the one that you can, the Phantom that you get driven around in? I don't know. That's the one that's probably what I'd go for. Like, if I had crazy money, but I don't, like, transparent. I don't have that kind of money. Like, we could probably afford a G-Wagon car note, but, like, why? It's just like, why? Like, the question is why? I don't want to do it until... We were talking, I think me and BV and the Zama guy were talking about it, and, like, I'm like, I'd have to have so much capital and so much free cash flow to justify it, whereas, like, I could buy a $500,000 watch and, like, not care. Like, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
That's a fucking profit.
It's not even profit. It's just more like, I don't know. I just feel like you get a lot more, like, I get like a lot more enjoyment out of it. Like, I love my watches. I love wearing them.
Even once you get there, it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah. I've also never been in the position where I've had enough money where I feel comfortable to buy a car, like a really nice car. So I also can't really talk on this. Like, I it's like one of those things where it's like you're, like the whole like Tate thing. It's like you're broke. You can't really talk about something. Like, I'm not saying you guys. I'm saying I am broke. Like, I'm not broke, but like I'm not in the position to be affording safely, in my opinion, something like some crazy car, personally right now. So, yeah. Like, also I just don't like it's yeah. I think it's like the trauma, what you guys said right earlier. It's like I've had the setbacks that just fucking wrecked my shit, and now I'm just like so risk off. Where I'm like, I just want to build until it's like safe. Also, like for me, it's like I would much rather have like an insane, like my dream life is like I want to get in like a crazy villa somewhere in Europe, like a really nice old school villa. Like I would much rather spend the money on that. Like I'd rather spend like $2-3 million renovating like a really really nice villa in Europe. I would get way more enjoyment from having that and some nice watches and some really nice art. Like for me, it's like art. That's where I'll spend my money. Buying art. Like if I was to start really throwing money around. So I don't know. I'm just different than a lot of people. I just said the cars for me are a big thing. They're just not a big priority for me. But I get it. I do get the hype. Like some of them are fucking sick. Like I see like there's like this fully blacked out SF90. It's just fucking so cool. It's just so sick. Like I would love to own that. But they're like $1 million or some shit. The spec I want. I'm like, what the fuck? Have you do you still own any proper supercars, BB?
Yeah, I guess you could call my Nissan GTR a supercar. That's about it. I did have a Porsche GT2 RS, but I sold it probably about last year.
Nice.
I got rid of a lot of stuff, trying to liquidate and put a little bit more money into businesses than actual stuff.
Yeah, that's what
I remember when I first got money, I moved to Miami, and the whole flex culture thing and just being around the wrong crowd.
Yeah, that's what I did. My watch collection was pretty fucking nutty at the beginning of the year, and we sold. I didn't put it into business, but we sold about 60% of my watch stuff to just buy it. We just bought a rental park. We just bought like a piece of like real estate, just a rental. Because I was like, what the fuck is the point in having these watches in a fucking bank safety deposit box? I literally never wear them. Like, what is the point?
Yeah.
Like, I just got them like the AD, or I just got like, I was like, I'm just like, there's no point. Like, this is pointless. Like, mate.
At least you weren't getting depreciating assets like me. That's for sure.
Yeah. Do the high end cars depreciate hard?
Oh man, you have no idea. Unless you're getting like a SLS or something like that, and I mean, you're losing.
They depreciate
10%.
I know they depreciate. I just wasn't. I was under the assumption that like because they're like quite high end that they don't depreciate as much as like a regular car. But I don't know.
So yeah, you're right on that. It's not like a Toyota Corolla where you drive off and it's worth like 20% of what you paid for it right off the lot, but you're still losing 5 to 10%. So from an analytical standpoint, I mean, you're still losing a fuck ton of money.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Interesting.
For very little amount of miles that you put on it as well.
Yeah, because you can't put a lot of miles on these cars. You can't like rip them, right? You can't beat them.
Well, you can. I beat the hell out of the Porsche that I had, but I mean, to my own expense, though, of course.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's why watches you have good taste. So once you get there in terms of like $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a month, you'll be way better off than I was. That's for sure. I spent a lot of money on dumb shit.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I'm like, that's the thing that was like, I've gone through that phase of my life. 2022 was that phase of my life. I was actually showing my buddy on my like LV, like fucking login, and we worked it out. It was like $80,000 in a year. On fucking designer. How cringe, bro?
That's insane.
Like, what the fuck, dude? How cringe? Like, that was in 2022. And you look at it, I'm like, that was like, dude, that's a fucking deposit on like a fucking house. That's just anything. Just chuck it in the S&P. Just buy do anything but that. Like, literally, like, you just like, when you're young and you've just got money, you just throw it around like an idiot, bro. It's so bad. Now I'm like older. I'm like, nah, we're not doing that again. Fuck no. But
yeah, if I would have thrown a lot more money into real estate, then I probably could be retired right now.
You're still running the marketing agency? Yeah. Are you still running?
Yeah, I still run the marketing agency, and then I do Airbnb as well.
Nice.
And then I also have it's not mine, but my ex-girlfriend, me and her, when we were together, I started a French bakery, and that's still running. So I've been having to upkeep with that. So I'm in like way over my head, bro. I have like
feeling diversified.
$40,000 a month in bills just to pay. Jesus.
Yeah, there's levels, right? There's fucking levels. That's the thing. It's like I really don't get exposure to a whole lot of like really high end like entrepreneurial people apart from outside of crypto. So it's interesting talking to someone like in a call like this that's actually like doing well in like an industry that I've like not really a whole lot of experience or anything to see like this is levels.
Honestly, most of my money came from crypto and the marketing agency. If it wasn't for me buying weed off fucking Silk Road, I probably would be poor right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's funny how that happens, though.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's wild. All right, guys. I'm probably gonna hit out, but this has been a great call. 4 hours in the trenches, team, and a good one. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll post this call up. I'll post up most of the call anyway. I'll probably just post it up if you guys want to listen back to any of the trading related stuff. Because at the end, the last 2 hours is basically us just talking shit. But